Good evening from where you are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the closing argument. We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here live, and we want to invite you today. We are very, very sorry for the inconvenience. Very, very sorry. We had some very serious technical problem. We were hiked. We were hit. We are, we were hit by a lot of stuff, but we are back. We are back live, making sure that this happened because we love you. We miss you. We miss you. We wanted to let you know that we are back, folks. So it's an honor to welcome you back. We're going to have just a very short show tonight because we're coming on very late. But since 3 o'clock this evening, we have been working on bringing our page back, bringing it back together. Yeah, Jerry, we had a problem with our page. We were having some technical problem. We were hit high. We will be getting back on radio. The guys will soon come on. We were hit very hard. We were knocked off. But thanks to our strong working technicians who were able to restore this station. We've been having some problem, guys. So if you're joining us, we say welcome. We've been having some problems since 3 o'clock. We've been trying to put it back. We don't know what was going on. People were hating us. We got people who hating us who want to make sure that we don't come on. It'll be the interest, but our technician was able to get us back on. So we are here. We say welcome. Please share the show. It's a late show, but we just thought it wise not to just stay off after we got back on. We thought it wise to just come for at least 1 hour or 2 hours to just let you guys. But we had a very serious technical problem today. Very serious one. Since 3 o'clock, we came on, we went off, we came back, we went off. But gosh, yeah, we are. The closing action is here for you to stay. It's for everybody, guys. And so we welcome you, and we just wanted to come and give you another a round to let you know about the fundraiser that is coming on Friday. We didn't want to be off. Maybe tomorrow, we would probably do a special edition to remind you about the fundraiser on Thursday. We'll do a special edition tomorrow because we ate up most of your time. So we want to bring your time back tomorrow. We'll come back and do a special edition of the closing action. But for now, welcome, Tumlin. It's over to you, brother. Welcome.
Yes, it's good to be back, and we just want to make sure that we are. People, go ahead. On the technical term, go ahead.
Yes. So we are back. We are back. We've been having some problem all day, but guys, we don't want to miss you guys. We want to make sure that we are here to keep you up because and some of the stuff that's happening in the country. I heard the president left for Canada today. He's going to Canada. Then he's going to come to America. Travel. The puppet is traveling and working very, very hard. For Liberia. He's going to Canada. He's coming to the U.S. He will address the United Nations General Assembly. The entourage that is coming. The president traveling with a big entourage of people. A lot of people coming to the states and everybody under the President Joseph Boakai. So, gentlemen, we want to welcome you. But look, man, we had some serious technical problem. People were trying to fight us, but no room for witchcraft, bro. No room for witchcraft. They're all back on the air. We fought it and we came back on. So we were very good. We are back. We are back on, and we want to make sure that you follow us. Follow us. But the news that is trending right now is that the president of the Republic of Liberia, his Excellency Honorable Joseph Newman Boakai, has left the country for Canada. The president will be in Canada, and then later on he will fly to the U.S. But guys, We just told the wives to come to you today. We didn't want to leave you out. We are back on the air. We are back here. And if you're in Liberia, you hear us, let us know. We are back on. And Chairman Ben, good to see you. Chairman Ben, good to see you. Good to see you, Chairman Ben.
Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here. Um, Look forward to to having a constructive show. Okay. Yeah. Excited. This is a good day. I think, like you said, we did have a situation. So hopefully, I think it was still not on the radio yet, right? So that's what we are waiting for. Hopefully, I don't know if the guys will be. I don't know, but we look forward to just. We're not going to stay here all day, right? So from the angle, we just wanted to make sure that we were on, and the issue that happened did not persist, right? So that we don't have a situation. But it's good to be here. It's good to be here, everybody.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Chairman Ben. Guys, we want to thank some of you who joining us very late. We know it's a late thing, but we had no control and we're able to get it back on. Jerry Hine, thank you for coming. Abu Kamar, he said we're not on the radio yet. Abu, hopefully we'll get on soon. And welcome. Hawanatu Masare, hi, how are you? Welcome. Hope Samson is doing well. Aisha Pa, he said she kept refreshing her page. Yes, we're back, man. We miss you guys as well. Josiah Masale, welcome. KP Country Fresh, welcome. Jerry Hine, welcome. Musa Sano, Washington from Magigi County, welcome. Kevin Allen, welcome. Wisa Cyrus, welcome back. All right, Aseru, good to see you, man. Good to see you, my brother, manager. Elizabeth Bowon, welcome. Mustafa Balo, welcome. Sir Richard Clinton, the one and only D. Curtis, one of Liberia's finest comedian, MC, and you name it, jack of all trades. Welcome, D. Curtis. Richard Flomo, good to see you. Dix Myers, it's good to see you as well. Abu Fofana, good to see you. So, guys, we want to welcome you. We actually going to try to squeeze in a show tomorrow. Deborah Palito Nemo, welcome. James Bala, good to see you. We of Seville Bellabor, welcome. Winifred, yeah, you've been waiting, Winifred. We've been having some witchcraft the witchcraft are trying to knock us off, but they can't make it. Gerald Wesley, welcome. Philip Morris, welcome. So what we're trying to do is Miata Macaulay, welcome. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a just short show here tonight, not too long. We're not gonna be here too long, but we'll come back on to really do one show tomorrow, and then Friday where we're gonna have the big fundraiser. We'll have it on Friday. Mark Richard, welcome. Watching from Texas. Amara Jala Kamara, welcome. Beachville Gordon Williams, welcome. Abu Bakr Kamara, welcome. Va Testimony, welcome. Welcome. You got to welcome my friend, Sir Richard Clinton. Oh, sorry, brother. I won't do that, man. No, man. You know we love you guys. We don't love all of you guys, man. I won't do that to you, Richard Clinton. Everybody. If I didn't call your name, I'll go back in the list and make sure I check everybody's name and call it something like that. But Sir Richard Clinton, welcome. So guys, Jim Weeder, welcome, Jim. Welcome, guys. So, Ben, what we got here today? Friday will be the major fundraiser. We'll have people joining us on this show to raise some fund to keep the closing acumen going. Because you see, right, how the man came to bump off somebody came, try to get us off. We have to put things together, funds together to make sure that nobody will touch us again. So that's how we do it, guys. Friday will be the fundraiser. Come fun. We want all of you to come on and let's have fun. Whether you can give or not, just come on and say something good for the closing acumen. Because we've been rolling for almost a year and a half now. Come on and say something good on Friday, even if you can't give, but we'd love for you to give. So, guys, Chairman Ben, what's up? You can hear me, Chairman?
Sorry, I was muted. Like you said, we're looking forward to having a fascinating conversation on Friday, raising funds to keep the platform up and running. And this is a long marathon that we are on. And we a lot of people appreciate what happens on this show. So want to make sure that is kept. That we keep moving and we keep serving the people. So I'm looking forward to it. We will be here in full. I think there will be some couple of guest surprises. People will be appearing, and So we look forward to having a fascinating conversation, and to see how we can raise the resources that we will need to be able to keep everything up and running. This is not a cheap venture. Contrary to what people thought. They say, "Oh yeah, closing argument has been being ruled by with the government. Now it's not the government. Now it's so." But we're going to continue to do what we need to do. We're going to continue to have a conversation with our people and continue to provide the alternative view. If you notice this platform, there is a lot of independent thinkers here. We all don't agree. We all don't sing kumbaya. We all don't walk lock and step. We have our respective opinions, and we stick to our guns. So I'm looking forward to Friday also. But like you said, everybody, I think it was important that we came on today just to tell people. I know folks were waiting. I was receiving text messages. I know folks were waiting to see, whether we were coming on or not. And so we just want you to know that we're back. Hopefully hopefully by Friday or so, we should be back on the radio, and to have our fundraiser. Looking forward to it, my friend. Looking forward to it. I don't know. I think Tom has some issues, right? So he's probably in the back. Maybe we should just I don't know, the rest of the guys. We just send out the link and see. Yeah.
But we wanted to make sure we come and let our folks know that we couldn't just go the whole day with you guys like that. So that's why we are back, and we want to make sure. But
let's talk. Why Tom and coming? Let's talk small politics before we run away. What are your thoughts on the whole? I call it the UN Security Council seat saga, where the government wrote President Weah, former President Weah, former President Sirleaf. I think they wrote other permanent citizens to lend their voice to Liberia's campaign to get a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council. But the same government that ended up writing the letter, I think when they saw there was a lot of surrogates going on, and that was my disappointment. Just for the record, I was very disappointed in the government. I saw, the government. I think Daniel Sando, who happens to be the deputy minister for press, coming out and downplaying and saying, well, there's no particular interest in George Weah making representation and stuff like that. I think, let me state my opinion first, and then I can go to you. But I think it was, listen, I thought it was very childish on the part of the government. I think when whether you like him or not, whether you respect him or not, George Weah was former president of Liberia, was president of the country. In fact, it was under his administration that did a huge amount of work to get us into the running to be able to get that non-permanent seat. I remember sometimes last year, the year before, I think it was his last State of the Nation address, when he talked about how the African Union, the ECOWAS, and all of these different organizations had already endorsed Liberia to become a non-permanent member. It was a good thing for the government to have reached out to say, you know what, we are almost at the finish line. We want to bring all of our big guns onto the scene, right? So that the people can see that we are a united country. But the question is, are we a united country, right? The current president and the former president has not talked since the two of them parted ways on Inauguration Day. And the onus is on this current president to, I believe, to reach out. When you're president for everybody, Peabody. You're not just president for your people, right? Yeah. And when you have two former presidents in the country, it is a rarity. Let's be frank. Many countries will dream will marvel to be in our position. I remember the days when Liberia didn't even have a former president alive. Right. We have two former presidents. Well, we have three former presidents alive today, right? One is in prison in London, right? We have two of them in Liberia, right? I don't know. We don't have any interim presidents alive. The last one who was alive was Emma Sawyer He passed. So we have two former presidents that are alive, walking around free. By the way, the two of them, right? The two of them are global icons, whether you agree with their politics or not. George Weah is a global icon. Newsflash, get over it. He was president of Liberia. There's no reason for you to try to denigrate him, right? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is a walking memorial about it. She's a walking memorial. You see, Ellen is able to open doors in Western capitals that certain presidents can't even dream about, right? So when you take your time, and by the way, I thank the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who, by the way, I thought that letter, right? The letter going to Ellen and Weah should have come from President Joe Boakai. He probably should have called the two of them. We should have seen our three leaders, right? Two formers and the current, sitting in the executive mansion, having a conversation, and at the end come out to address the country as one and say, you know what? People remember here when you remember in this country when disasters happen, when you see former presidents come out in the Rose Garden, right? Standing shoulder to shoulder, because the current president will pick up the phone and call his predecessors and say, you know what, President Clinton, I want you to do this for me. President Obama, I want you to do this for me. This is what I wanted to see from President Joe Boakai. The fact that it was the foreign minister, which, by the way, I think she did the right thing, but I thought it was even denigrating to the former president for the foreign minister to write the former president. That letter should have come from the president of Liberia. It should have asked his predecessor, said, come and let's do this thing. And then when you have Daniel Sando, who, by the way, I know him very well. He's the Liberty Party. Sometimes people get overzealous. They get overzealous because you have a little position now. How can Daniel Sando even be disrespectful to the former president? And we're sitting and we're looking at that. And then you want to denigrate and downplay George Weah's role? Do you know what capacity George Weah bring into this conversation? So I thought it was I think it's a tragedy what is happening. I think we have a perfect opportunity as Liberians to showcase our unity, to showcase our strength, and we're not taking advantage of it. So I don't know what your thoughts on it, and then I will, maybe Dominic can chime in, and then we can.
I think Ben, you put it right about what you're saying. In the first place, the foreign minister, she's not a counterpart of President Weah. It was great that she had that idea. It should have come from President Weah. I don't know this Daniel Sando person, but I think there was the same guy, if I recall, was the one who was calling that we were going to drag the president on the street.
Yep, it was him. Yeah.
Some of these leeches that they have around, when they fortunate to get the job that they're really not making no impact at, they're not going to make no impact on nothing. Then they sit there and open their wide mouth as a means of keeping their job, or as a means that people will support them. I mean, that's the only way they can get out there. But I think knowing President Weah, if they have done it from good faith, knowing President Weah, he would have done it. He would have agreed. He would take on that role. But I believe, and the disrespect that is coming out of those leeches' mouth to the president, I don't see the need that he would even get involved into something like that, even though it's something, it's a state thing for the state. But that President Boakai pick up the phone and call him, say, hey, President Weah, look, man, we need your help, Mr. President. I'll drive up to him. You remember President Weah drove up to the Boakai home.
Yeah.
And to visit him. Not even one or two times.
Not only that, when President Boakai had his incident at the inauguration, you remember President Weah left on that same day. He left the country that same day. But before he went to the airport, he stopped at the new president's house to check on him. There's all this disrespect, all this thing towards, whether we like it or not, George Weah was president of Liberia. I know it itches some people's skin to think about it, but he was democratically elected and still remains one of the most popular Liberians to this day.
I think if President Barker was really serious about uniting the country, and he'd been in power more than 9 months, he should have paid a visit to the president, a visit with him. You remember when Barker got sick? Who provided funds? Was it not the same president we had that provided funds for him and all of that? Sometimes people forget. They just forget too early, and keep this thing in the mind. No wonder why we are seeing this in the government today, that tribalism at a highest level. That's what we're seeing in the government today. But the fact is, I think the statement by Donald Sano, he should be fired or either be suspended. But knowing this president, he indulges nonsense. People insult other people, threatening other people's life. You still have Bak Jabate running around after threatening to kill a lawmaker.
Yeah.
He's still running around and moving. So the thing is, I think his statement was very disrespectful. It was very rude. And I think he owed the president an apology, the former president.
Dominic George, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, just think about
Like, for instance, like the Minister of Foreign Affairs said, it was under your esteemed leadership that Liberia's bid for the non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council began. Your role in maintaining peace in Liberia during the recent election and cementing your status as a global peace ambassador. Your message and your presence will emphasize Liberia's historical contribution towards peace and security and commitment advancing these efforts, the Minister of Foreign Affairs said. But to hear from when I then Daniel Santos said they're not interested in seeking the support from former President Weah for that. And in fact, they said Madam Sali is far greater than that of former President Weah. Guys, and I don't know whether peace. I think there's a report that came from the U.S. State Department today. They said that they talk about Liberia. They say corruption will scare investors away, and things will happen. Now, let me start to welcome the chairman, Representative Musa Hassan Bedete. Welcome, chairman. Long time. Good to see you. Yeah.
Musa, you looking for me? You looking for me? Yeah.
But Daniel Sano, I think this guy needs to be he needs to be a caution, because he and President Weah is not in the same league. I don't care.
Can you imagine?
The junior official of government, and to be always attacking the former president and showing disrespect. And besides him, there were other platforms. I noticed other people going around talking and say, "What are they even calling President Weah for? What are they calling him for? What's what he bring?" Look, take it or leave it. Forget about what Joe Biya for a record is a debate for another day. But in Africa, for a sitting president to concede before the election were formally announced the results, it's not easy thing. People still wondering. Okay, people still following. I know somebody told me, I won't call her name. The person said they travel and they met President Bio, Mara Bio. He said, how come Joe Weah still conceded like that? I mean, let's imagine to concede, to say, look, and Ben, you people already were there when President Weah placed that call that night. We all were there. Okay, the final result and I be announced when he made that call to President, now President Boykana, to concede to him, and for them to come and the way and then immediately the following week he announced the transition team headed by former Minister Kamenya. He said, let's do an orderly and peaceful transfer of power, something that is not easily done in Africa. And he did it. And then to come and hear a GM minister always attacking him, they are showing disrespect. He comes to the country, they tell him he should go through the normal way and shouldn't go through the VIP lounge, all this stuff. And then they have done all stuff to him, but he had just been calm. And mind you, to him, the ECOWAS president of the ECOWAS Union, Touré, Umar Aliou Touré, he also wrote on behalf of Liberia. But it's the same guy who requested that Kemenya be appointed as an ECOWAS representative in Sierra Leone. And the same government rejected Kemenya. They said that he should not send him. And because of that, Liberia, we lost that slot. The representative Manjon Kamara was sent there, but they were rejected. And because of all this vendetta, I don't think it's right. It's wrong. And I think it's about time that maybe Musa Bedete, then we start to get involved to let people the reason together, to make people make sense that look, election is over. You have former leaders, respect them, Okay, you can always seek them for a lot of stuff, like in this. Okay, there might be country where we have trauma in the country, you need peace, you call former leaders to help. Madam Salih, for the 12 years she was there, she kept a good rapport with President Weah and the CDC. She kept them on her bay. She kept rapport with them. As a result, and then Musa and all involved. I was a strong UP member at the time. So Musa and them were all involved in our UP team to keep the peace in the country. I don't know why he let UP now go the way they parted now. but look, by the time that we all get you guys take it serious and bring Sano to his senses, man. It can be respectful.
So many, thank you. And Chairman Benedict, welcome, Representative Chairman Benedict. Welcome. But the reason, and I want to say that before the representative come in freely, I really read the statement from Daniel Sanders saying that Ellen is even more. This is the same Ellen they were causing just the other day. The very Ellen they were causing the other day. Now all of a sudden, now she Lima Bowie, I saw today, wrote on her Facebook page that she is going to support this endeavor, which is the right thing to do. But let's also be reminded that the same Lima Bowie they were abusing too, because Lima Bowie had an adverse opinion on President Joe Biden running in the election. Some of these very same people who are today, I saw them sharing her page, sharing her thing, and this is how a respectable citizen is supposed to act. This was the same Lima Bowie they were insulting inside, outside, because she had an opinion of her own. So, Mr. Chairman, welcome. We just shooting the breeze. We had a technical issue today earlier. That's why I don't even think we're still on the radio yet. I was just trying to reach out to the folks in the studio. But we just want to, we're not going to stay long here. We'll give you the chance to kind of, say what you want to talk about, and then also weigh in on this, what I call UN Security Council gate, situation. I mean, everything with this government, Musa, seems to be a crisis. I can't, I've tried my best to just be quiet a little bit, but it seems like everything with your government, because you're part of the government too, so with your government, seems to be a crisis. Why something that's supposed to be very simple, why is there a crisis? Why? So you can go ahead now, Chief.
Well, I mean, look, it's not easier down here, gentlemen. It's very tough here, Where you sit is different from where we are. Governance is an art. It's a skill. I think Liberian expected. I think when I remember when Amara Kona said, sometime in life, we don't seem to want to believe that what we want is something that must come right away, and then we cannot make a compromise. And honestly, I didn't vote for this government. I definitely have no regret that I didn't, but I still expected, certain things. And the problem is, if you take the minister's statement as the main issue, then you don't know the issue. Having heard what Minister Daniel Santos said, honestly, maybe if you guys have stuff like that. But assuming that you guys are correct, you have to say, okay, so what is the government position on reconciliation? Mm-hmm. Because if you know that, then you probably have an answer. And I wouldn't attack Daniel Sano, because if you look at the government reconciliation policy, then what Daniel Sano said
is in line with it.
It's no different from what the government is thinking. And, that's how I see it. I think the Minister of Foreign Affairs seems to be, an outlier in this case. A diplomat who feels that every Liberian should unite around Liberia, and so she goes across the party line, expects that people will understand and follow. So, but I mean, unless you are not in the country, or unless you don't believe in the election result, the country is split down in the middle. The two people that hold the balance of power that must work together for the peace of our country is the current president and the former president. Unfortunately, this government has done little or nothing towards, reconciliation. You cannot be a winner and then appear to be angry. Those two things, I've never heard of angry winners. So I would, hope that they can really think. We have several issues in the country. We have today, it just reported that somebody has been arrested. George Weah is very useful. You can make him. That's what Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did. And you can hit Ellen, you can love her, but she's a master of the art. The first thing she did was to give George Weah the peace ambassador position, which means, as peace ambassador, it was impossible for George Weah to lead the CDC into any violent act. So putting him on that. Amos Oya did the same thing. This ambassador, George Weah, Amos Oya gave it to him. The United Nations has named him as Goodwill Ambassador, which means anytime he goes at the United Nations, he has a special place there. And the minister, who was an assistant Secretary General of the United Nations, knowing what George could do, decided to enlist no. Do you know what it means that 3 presidents of Liberia, 2 in the past and 2 in the present, stand up before the wall to make a case for our country?
Exactly.
Do you know the implication of that?
But Musa, like I was saying, many countries, right, in the world, I won't say in Africa, will relish to be in the position that we are in, to have 2 former presidents alive. I remember, Musa, when we didn't even have 1 former president alive. Well, we got 3 former presidents alive. 1 is in prison in the UK, right? But we have 2 former presidents who, by the way, Musa, the 2 of them are global icons. Whether you like Weah or not, Weah is a global icon. He is a walking memorial. Only in Liberia, we tend to look at it.
And Ben, let me say something honestly. If George Weah did not want to be for United Party to take power, they were not going to take power.
No, exactly. They make it appear like, oh, I mean, can you imagine, Musa? And I want to ask you a question though. What do you think the inspiration is that we have not even seen? Look, it breaks my heart to see that we have an opportunity and we're letting it slip away from the angle of, you got Ellen, you got Weah. Imagine that picture. Musa, I'm thinking about this, when, there's something, every time there's a major thing in this country. Just the other day, you saw 9/11, the 9/11 thing. Right after the presidential debate, you saw Trump, you saw Biden, you saw Kamala, you saw all of them standing up for the 9/11 thing. When you have issues here, you will see the president will pick up the phone, and it is on the second president to do that. The president can't just invite Joe. I can just get out and go to the mansion. He can't. He has to be invited. Can you imagine a President Buckeye just pick up the phone? Imagine that picture of Joe Buckeye, Ellen, and George Weah sitting down and coming after the finished meeting, come outside and talk to the press and say, we are united in our efforts to secure. President Weah started this. We thank him for his leadership, right? President Buckeye, then Weah say, what? President Buckeye now has the baton. But guess what? We are all going to New York together to make sure that Liberia gets. Imagine that image. Imagine that image, Musa.
So, man, again, let's not assume that Daniel Sano's statement, the purported statement, because I haven't read it, is also a statement. Let's not allow that to downplay the fact that the government has called on President Weah.
Mhm.
You have to look at it from that point, that they have invited him. There's nothing that I've said that we don't need the invitation. I do believe that if that statement is true, I don't think that Minister Santos should have made such statement. But let's not also take that statement to be like the official position of the
But
government.
how can we not, Musa? How can we not? Daniel Santos is the deputy minister for press and public affairs. We have not heard, it has been 24 hours, a little bit over 24 hours since Daniel Santos made the statement. We have not heard the minister of information or the press secretary to the president say this does not represent the position of the Liberian government. The foreign minister, by the way, I thought did an excellent job. Commend her for writing that letter. But even with that, Musa, that letter that call should have come from President Boakai. For me,
but Ben, in the greater scheme of things, you also know that the foreign minister definitely passed it by and got the approval of the president before.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she didn't. I don't think she would have written that letter if the president didn't approve it. All I'm saying is, when you write that kind of letter, and the letter was beautifully written, by the way, right? It acknowledges President Weah's role. It acknowledges, he talked about the fact that Ellen, all of them would be involved and stuff like that. But when you have the sitting deputy information minister issue a statement like that and say, in fact, by the way, he holds no significance, Ellen got more would sway than him, then why did you even write him in the first place? I think it's again, I take it as the official position of the government, Musa. You know why? Because
I think the network too should do Liberian people justice. When something like that happens, you call on the minister, you call on the foreign minister. I don't think that a letter from the foreign minister of the Republic of Liberia, who happens to be the doyen of the cabinet, can be erased by the statement from the deputy minister of information. I mean, as much as the statement may appear inappropriate, I don't think it negates the fact that the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that is entirely in charge of this effort, does not seek the support of President Weah. I think they do. That's why they wanted in the first place. They do. Where we are, we should not even be talking this.
But that's
President Weah and President Boakai, in my mind, should have had 3, 4, 5 meetings already.
Of course.
And it's not bad. It's easy to blame the president because he's the president, he's the commander-in-chief. So it's easy to blame. But what happened to all these people around the president? I mean, they are supposed to be experienced. They have 12 years under their belt. There's a former president in the country. And you know that what divides you and him in terms of the vote is even less than the number of votes that were not counted. And if you look at the ratio of the election, you split that number of votes, then you bring the margin down, maybe by a few more hundreds. Mm-hmm. So don't you think with an election in 2029, which is 5.5 years from now, don't you think that you could borrow 2 years to use this man to stabilize the country?
But but Musa, like you said, welcome Kelabo Gonglo and Tomini, you can chime in. But as you said, maybe it's an issue of not recognizing who he is, right? Listen, I think there's a fundamental issue here of a disdain for George Weah, right? Like there's certain people within, and you even listen to the way the Unity Party people talk about George Weah, right? How it's even them even comprehending that if you are even the fact that he was even president of Liberia, which I find very mind-boggling, because when you think about, like I say, there's a couple of things you can't question about George Weah. There are a couple of things. You can have all your disagreements with him. God in heaven know, right? But when it comes to commitment to Liberia peace, George Weah has done more for Liberia peace and security than Joe Boyka has done combined in his entire life. Let's be fair. And that's why I feel this is a deliberate attempt to. It's almost like a deliberate attempt to continuously denigrate and to put him in a space of he's not even supposed to be in this conversation, but he's just there because he's he's there, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think, like you said, maybe you said that it's the government position. I believe it's the government's position. I have not heard if this was Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Musa, the Ellen that you and me know, right? Somebody that's a feedback. I heard if this was Ellen.
No, not me.
Kelebu.
Are you?
He lives in a different show. Then he on.
No, they're not Kelebu. I think that I was hearing myself. Musa. If the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that both of us know, if this was Ellen as president, Ellen probably would have picked up.
I'm not listening to different program. I'm watching you guys on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I say. I could hear myself. I could hear myself again, right? So Musa, also I was saying the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that we both know, right? But if this was her, by now, Kelebu.
I'm watching you guys on YouTube.
We hear you, but we can still hear it. Okay, good.
Oh no, I
okay, good. It's okay now. So Musa, I'm just saying. Look. Leadership is required here. Leadership is required here. If the government wants President Weah's presence, if they need his help, which, by the way, I think the former president should do. Quite frankly, I think it's bigger than this thing is way bigger than him. It's way bigger than what Daniel Sando is saying. I think it cements his legacy. The fact that he initiated this thing regarding the seat on the Security Council, right? I think he should help. He should go out there. I will say this notion that people from the Unity Party or people from this government, this disdain about, I think it's wrong. Like I say, whether you agree with him or not, George Manuel Weah, there's a reason why he was UNICEF ambassador. There's a reason why he was a standing person in the United Nations. And there's a reason why he got elected president. Yeah, he lost, but it doesn't diminish who he is. And so I don't know. Let Kelebu or people.
And for me, I'd like to ask a fundamental question. Has this been done before by any country or non-voting member of the Security Council?
Yeah, it's a thing that they do every 2 years.
Okay, so Ben, you see, in Liberia we say you plant the new mud on the old mud, right? Mm-hmm. I think Unity Party or the Boyka government, I think they are unnecessarily politicizing this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are a non-voting member of the Security Council from Africa, the assumption and expectation is that you'll be representing African countries.
Mm-hmm.
So the better constituents of lobby will be other African leaders. But to say we're going to pick a bite to the two former presidents so we can set a trap to say one person does not love the country and the other person loves the country, I think it's politics, and they're undermining themselves on this matter. Because political, look, for me to be convinced that the government approach is honest, I would think that they would have gone to probably the 28 or 32 political parties and call all the political leaders or the chairperson of the political parties to sign a resolution endorsing Liberia Ben. Because those are the people who are fighting to take over.
No, but they already have done it. They already have done it.
So okay,
Last year at the
President
AU
Weah-
summit, President Weah was able to secure the AU and the ECOWAS to endorse Liberia. I think this is kind of like just the icing on the cake, where they're asking people. It's almost like if your housing sell you, the street will not buy you, right? So it's that kind of situation.
I think they are politicizing it. So for me, I disagree with you, Ben. The fact that President Bouaga came to power, he has now held one meeting with political parties, the leader, even chairperson of political parties.
He not even had a press conference. He said,
Forget about press conference. He has now had a meeting with President Weah to say, we need to sit and talk. This is our country. The man who graciously, and you didn't have to do it, conceded to you. You haven't met him, even informally, to sit there and talk about the country. Then only on something that he initiated, that you are going to just, if you succeed, you'll be benefiting from his effort. And he politicizes it in that manner. If I were advisor to President Weah, I would say, don't do it.
Okay.
Careful. There are few things we need to take out. One is that the letter was written, which in my mind showed good intent. I agree with you that after 9 months, no action has been taken on reconciliation, and that is in a fragile country, in an election that ended in almost a virtual tie. Reconciliation should be on top of the agenda. The fact that we haven't had that, that's a huge leadership deficit. And the other thing is, I insist that the government has written President Weah to the foreign minister. The way our government system works, the only other minister that can, on this matter, says the only other person that can say something higher than the foreign minister is the president.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's assume that that letter is that letter. And let's assume that what Minister Sano said is not going to be, or is not an official statement. I'm sure at some point in time he will say so.
Well, let's wait and see. Peabody told me you're coming now.
Yeah, but
Okay, go ahead.
the thing is that what I'm a little bit surprised at is that since the inception of this government, everyone can just come on and just say anything. And honestly, Musa, you like there are certain things certain people will not just come and say to you, or out of respect, But again, like you guys have alluded to earlier, you respect your former leaders. Because I'll tell you this though, I was telling my friends in the UP, I said, look, if this country should ever get into some problem, some chaos, you need leaders to come and to help calm the situation. Because some people will not listen to you, listen to the leaders. So you need to always have that cohesiveness in the country, that people should be together, and so forth. Like Councillor Gonglo, he's made a statement last week, and people should not just ignore it. He said you cannot ignore President Weah if you want the country to be stable. Take it or leave it. Forget about whatever it's another debate to discuss how you led the country. It's up to you. You can have that debate. But for the stability of the country, you can just ignore this guy and just say that he does not exist, And I hear most of these surrogates go and just saying all kinds of things about him, insulting him and so forth. And by the same time, they're complaining. They complain that things are not going the right way. Okay? They complain that people are you hear every day saying, "Oh, they were trying to change we envisage. We want to change this country, but it's the same thing happening. Business as usual." It will happen because the UP won election on propaganda and lies. So as a result, that's what happened though when it happened like this. But again, like I said, they can continue to do all the things you're doing. My friend, with $25 million, you get already blocking. And the guy watching carefully. That the men are watching. When I'm ready to take over this space, your audio will just go away.
What happened to 25 million?
The guy running for president 2029, the man already got that money already. He's secure. He just
But
waiting.
the guy who could for 25 million.
He already waiting. So let it be forcing them on themselves. They're already waiting.
Ben, who's that?
Ask Tommy, I know what he's talking about.
But I think to be honest, I said this yesterday.
Tommy and Ben know the person.
You don't put me in nothing.
Show yourself.
No, you don't put me in nothing. I know about you.
I think, to be honest, I think the president has a good heart, but I think he has lost touch. I mean, based on his aging level, there are a lot of things that he doesn't know about that is going on happening in the country, in his own government. I don't think he has the energy to lead that country. I think he's just enjoying the overwhelming retirement benefit. The overwhelming retirement benefit that Liberian people give him. So he's overwhelmed by that. But I'm telling this man who should be a unifier, like Kerebu said, have not even met with his own friend who supported him a lot of time, Mr. Cummings. He has not had a meeting with Mr. Cummings. I heard the only time they bumped into each other was on the plane the other time, on his way from some country he was coming from. He has not met. He has not even had a single press conference. And these are the things that he criticized President George. Oh, he's sitting down. He can't talk to the public. He's traveling too much. He's gone for 40 days to watch soccer game and all of that. Yeah, is it? Since he took over, the black guy who everybody talk about, the most having decades of experience in running government. He's a government czar in time when it comes to running a government thing. He has not had one press conference to tell the Liberian people what 9 months time what his government had been up to, what his government is doing. He has not even done anything like that. Chumability, you have even sponsored more bills than the president had even tried to get something done to the legislature. You look at the bill you passed the other day. You sent that is before the Senate that will get all Liberians involved. It's very important, chumability, and I commend you for that. But yeah, the president, I don't give a fig. And you have people, irresponsible people in his government, making statements about the previous government, and they're doing the same thing. So
representability. Let me since you're here, let me just let me put you on the spot. I know you decided to one of your mission is you call for audit of the legislature, and I know you are receiving a lot of, as I already seen it, a lot of pushback. Instead of the audit that you're trying to push forward, they are saying they want a systemic audit, just cosmetic, just play on words and so forth there. But the audit that you're really pushing for, it's not going to happen. And I don't think you have the vote to do it. But I can tell you this though, you have been signalized that lone voice. We've seen it. That have been pushing for this audit, and people know it. People know about it. But I don't think you have the votes. And I know you're feeling, and that's one of the problems I noticed happening there. Now, you talk about the issue about the machine, talk about the issue about all the things that have been happening, that have been coming forth. None have been solved. And it just, like Ben said, he said, tomorrow, we'll finish talking about tomorrow. What next tomorrow? He said, the machine owner. What next? The trip to Canada, right? What next? The hunger, right? And that will be things happen in the country. As we talk about one, let's do something happen. Let's see happen. But lastly, before I let you come in, I want you to clarify. I saw a former Guinean commander. He was arrested in Liberia, and this guy is being accused of trying to go to Guinea. We have in the rumor. I know you can't talk about it before, but as chairman of national security, what do you know about the issue about Guinea dissidents in Liberia trying to go to cause trouble in Guinea?
Well, so let me first, in that capacity as chairman of national security, I cannot publicly discuss national security issue. So I want you to please spare me on that one.
Issue that got Guinea.
Well, I said as early as Tuesday, I had the entire national security apparatus sitting before me from the Minister of Justice, Defense, AFL, Police, DEA, Immigration, giving me sensitive national security information that I have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that those information keep coming to me and I process them. I even met the president on Saturday on the issues that I have met with the national security team for, and but I cannot. So, let me stick to the politics. I'm sorry about that. Look, on the audit, the audit has changed my perspective about Liberian politics. Yes, it's given me a new understanding. It has given me a new belief, and it has given me a new drive. We have had 4 elections. All of these elections was conducted with the hope and aspiration of the people that if you elect this one good leader, the country will be fixed. Here's where your country is today. The one place, if you don't fix, you will never have a genuine, responsible, and transparent Liberia is the legislature. And the current legislature has no capacity to be transparent, zero capacity. And they have so much grip on the red legislature that you probably would not be able to change anything. What we have to set out for as Liberians is to reduce our focus on the presidency and increase our focus on who we elect as legislators. The most powerful element of our democracy and our governance system is the national legislature. If you do not put the right people in there to make the right changes, you can bring Barack Obama or whoever you want to bring to be president of Liberia, nothing will change. So for me, now and in the near future, the legislature will remain my focus. And the goal is in 2029, we'll have a legislature that will commit to audit, that will commit to all levels of transparency. Otherwise, I'm sorry, this legislature has no capacity. I mean, it's a disaster. They will not vote. The budget is a disaster.
Okay.
The budget is a complete disaster. It's riddled with fraud. It is a fruit of crime. It does not worth my signature, and I have no intention to vote on it.
Chairman, you brought a budget issue.
So, for me, as I stay here, I have given up on this budget.
Don't give up.
No, the budget is finished.
No, but Chairman, people are charming. Grace, welcome. But the issue of the budget, right?
Thank you.
Hi, Grace.
The budget went to. The budget
How
went.
are you?
I'm trying.
I want to congratulate you on the Sakapie Road. That I saw on Facebook. You did an excellent job.
Yeah.
And it's I'm sorry I printed something in my back. You're hearing it?
No.
Okay. So I want to congratulate you. I mean, it was very, very great job. Very great job there. And I hope the president will be able to pay you back your money.
That's a
No,
joke.
man, I didn't. They were not. I didn't even ask them. You know, I was just poking them on Facebook. That's all.
No, but Chairman, we're talking about sorry, Grace. We're talking about this budget, right? There was a meeting held at the president home between the pro tem, the speaker, and the president with the budget. And then we saw I saw on Front Page Africa, which I believe it, the note that said the vice president should expedite. They took the domestic debt, 40 million of domestic debt, and they spread it all with city hall, referral hospital, fire service, and all these stuff there. And to be honest with you, can I come back? There have been a system where every time the budget passed from the last legislature, they have that they make allocation in our budget for certain people, and they go and we know what be happening. But the budget is not different because right now they say somebody finger the budget, they put it on the poor deputy clerk. You know that man will not break to touch that budget, but they put it on him. And since the pro tem set up a committee headed by the best friend, the friend of Prince Moi, friend wife, she chaired that committee, and then the speaker set up his own too. We're not hearing nothing again. It's just there in limbo, and that's how it's going to happen. Like you said, the budget is just. I mean,
For all that I struggle, labor, worked to be a representative of my people, for all that I vowed to do, and for the promise that I've made to myself, to my family, to my friends that stood for me day and night and continue to stand with me, that budget does not deserve my signature. And I will never sign it.
wow.
Never. It is, look, look, let me tell you something about that budget. And that's why I get angry sometimes. Maybe tomorrow, maybe 10 years from now, but that budget, which is the single most important national instrument, is a fraudulent document.
What?
It is the fraudulent document. Let me tell you something.
Wow.
As we speak today, the government of Liberia has spent over $60 million outside of that very budget that you are looking at.
Wow.
And they cannot account for it. And people in the legislature are trying to, believe me, and I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. I'm terribly sorry for this country.
What?
I'm sorry for this country. And if Liberians cannot, summon the courage to bring about the change that will change their life in 2029, they will have themselves to blame. The budget, look, let me tell you something. If you go in that budget, the things that are happening in that budget, it will make you sick. First of all, even the budget that is sent to us, and I'm saying it on record, and I challenge any of them with their wah and reckless mouths to say that I'm lying. Even the appropriation the budget that has been given to us to appropriate, there's nothing to appropriate. They finish spending everything. Oh, the recall is an act of legitimate crime.
Wow.
The budget, the recast budget is an instrument of money laundering. They've done all of the stealing. They've done all of the.
So they have already used the money. They already
They've
got it.
done all of the acrobatic financing. They jump from here, there, yeah. All they have done now is to go and say, we brought it now for you to legitimize.
Oh, I see.
And now the poor lawmakers, it bothers me when, I hear you're talking here, lawmaker take 45,000. What are you talking about? You have ministers sitting down $80,000 cars. You have commissioner making $15,000 a month. People that cannot even get 100 people to vote for them. You understand? Then you want to attack a lawmaker. If I get up, if I woke up in the morning, look, some days I can't even enter my office. I said, I go to all the universities in Liberia. I have students on scholarship, on all of them. I'm not alone. All these poor lawmakers, there's everything you're criticizing them for.
Except
Care.
Johnson does not have a scholarship.
Well, he has a university that he's running. So at the end of the day, the point I'm making, you guys are shooting right, but aiming wrong. The budget is the instrument that is being used to rob Liberia. I hope I've done my analysis.
But Chairman,
Look,
let me say this.
the document that I saw today, it broke me down as a person.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Chairman,
But Musa,
Get your chairman, so this is interesting.
My man, one at a time,
No, but I just want to say this quickly. But Chairman, I understand the problem with the lawmakers is that the kind of power you guys have. For instance, when you guys have made the appropriation and the budget is passed and signed to law, you guys have the power to call, let's say, Kelabo heading a sector or ministry, have the power to call, say, Kelabo can't give performance report about that money that were appropriated. Can't tell us the money we appropriated for this sector. Tell us how it was used. Okay? Can't tell us. But when the person comes, most of the time, it's still lawmakers and try to protect that person. Take for example, the issue with the road issue in Liberia now. Go complaining. You have said that grace, or they're telling you thank you for a road that you fix. People, our guys going on, they're going to assignment next week. They're going to church on some roads, and the money were appropriated. But now, so what happened with the roads? I heard the other day the public minister and the contractor went before the house, and the man told them, to the post, he had not started the road yet, but they already paid some money already towards it. So the thing is, the problem we got, if the lawmakers don't have that power oversight to say, okay, Tomali George, we appropriated this amount of money to your ministry or your sector for development or for this. Then you call me and say, tell us why this has not been done. If not, you can pass a vote of no confidence and compel the president to act. But that's what people get problem with.
Look, you see, it's not like that. It's not as simple. The government is designed, the executive power is in the executive hand. They dangle, they play. You don't have, I propose to the speaker. As a speaker, the way life looking, every day you're looking at me, Musa, you buy that 40. If you're not full, nobody will respect you. If we're going to shut down this government and say that we're not changing no budget and audit the spending that they have done, first quarter, second quarter spending, they send a report. The report showed that they spend some money that were not, we call it off-budget expenditure. We have done the analysis. we have done the analysis, $60 million. And at the end of the day, there is nothing there to be reappropriated. What is going on is to say, okay, here's the first budget. Here's all the money that we stole and put it different places. Let's put it. Yeah. Gentlemen, I want to ask you put some money in research that your country here. You don't leave it with just we the Liberians. I mean, we the lawmakers. You study the budget. Some of the land ministry have already used 3 million, 4 million. The assistant minister in that ministry, they never even get gas coupon. Where do you think that money going?
Rescue. It's going to rescue.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, I am somebody, I swear, my whole life, I never thought I would reach to a point where I will be near blackout. But I'm near blackout. Anywhere you go, there's a big hole. You cannot even see in front of you. When you tell them, say, look, it is so bad. You see, they're very serious here. Oh, they're tight over here. But cities here, united by the cooperative on the budget in the house against the Liberian people.
In fact, the CDC law, because they're stealing the money we're in the
Honorability, that's my argument here. CDC.
So you stop there, Ben. You don't have your head. The real victim is Liberia. The real victim is Liberia. Because at the end of the day, believe me, as I sit here today, Ben, I can tell you that the legislature has sufficient reason as I speak to you to put this government to where it belongs through the budget expenditure report that we got. But nothing will come from inside.
You know what? Nothing will come from
reason.
Because your speaker, Fudantin Kofa, is in a straight jacket. Fudantin Kofa practices and fond of making money in Liberia makes him an unlikely person to even fight for the independence of the legislature. I can say that.
Look, Kofa.
You don't need to defend him honorability. That's my opinion about him. I believe his quest and desire for
when I was campaigning,
unlikely person to fight.
When I was campaigning in Nimba County, District 7, I was not campaigning for Kofa, campaigning for myself. And anything you say against any lawmaker, yeah, I'm not that defender. I will not defend them. I'm not in that business of defending people. All I want to say, and Kerabo, I want you to be assured that the way the system is designed, there are people I didn't know that actually wield power in that place. There are lawmakers that are, this is a business.
Yes. We know that some like a name like
so at the end of the day,
the budget
I said today to somebody that somebody said to me, Musa, if you gonna all the things talking here, if they make you speak up for 1 week, you will be tired. I said I will not be tired. But that 1 week, I will order the GSC to order the bidding. So if that would be the one thing I will do it. The next day you can come with me.
Yeah, I don't think you will be tired because you will do the right thing. The reason why the other people tired because they won't steal. That the reason why they will be tired.
I want to say something.
Maybe before you come in, it's an organized crime that is going
on
within that place.
Great.
And that's
the war I've been looking for. It is an organized crime.
They are stealing
Yeah.
from it, like when people
By the orchestrated from the marshal to the
yes,
cabinet.
on the executive. It's an
But Chairman,
organized crime.
Chairman, let me ask you this.
You get no that the speaker there, if that speaker try anything, they can move him. I'm telling you now.
But Chairman Pilate,
They need to
They'll
move him. They need to move that
but
speaker.
Chairman Pilate,
They need
If
to
he
move
try
him.
anything, they'll move him. He can't even
Chairman
shake
Pilate,
in their hand.
Chairman, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this
But
question.
what will he want to do though? Excuse me, everybody. You'd rather stay there and take all everything that's going on there for you to be removed. So what did you go there for? Because we're hearing that money is not your issue. They claim you got so much money. So why you can't just do the right thing?
Grace Konatin Kofa went there to protect his business. His business at Marathon, according to Buffer Chima, that's part of the reason he went there. He's a guy who run after money and you tell himself he's a self-made millionaire. No, Speaker Kofa, you are not a self-made millionaire. You became a millionaire out of access to power. That's what you did.
But
Look,
Chairman Pilate,
let me say this. The issue in the legislature, I'm telling you, I want you to take it from me. You cannot pin it to one person. You cannot pin it to one person. I just said, and Grace, just before you come.
After Musa, I need to say something, please.
I've come to the conclusion that you either do what they do or you remove. Like Samuel Doe said, what? Move or be removed. And so, now, in the Capitol building, you have the speaker who is supported fully by CDC. Then you have another group that is supported by the United Party. And then you have the group within the CDC group and the group within the United Party group that are working together. That group within the CDC group that is working with the United Party group is the most powerful group. If that group wanted to do a resolution today to remove the speaker, to remove him.
I can guarantee the Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala is part of that group.
So at the end of the day,
Or you and me person.
at the end of the day, what is in the Capitol building, you will not even believe it. And I know some of you will not believe it. Do you know that all the budget alteration thing, the speaker are not in the country? My question to everybody, including the speaker, why have we not taken action on it? Why have we not taken action on it?
So can I ask? I'm trying to, I'm listening.
go ahead, Ben. I'm going to ask Musa a question. Chairman Pilate, a question.
Okay, I can go ahead, or you?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll wait till you do
Okay,
it.
sorry. So let's say, I'm listening and I'm shaking my head because I think we always do this, right? I keep saying this until there is a radical approach to the way we're dealing with things in Liberia. 6 years from now, we'll be having the same conversation, but with just different players. That's pretty much what has happened in the country, right? The exact same situation. People get in there, they get the system it's almost like the system swallows them, right? And then what happens is you and it spits you out. But I still believe, and that's why for me, I'm one of the people who feel that when you look at the holistic picture, there's this tendency that everybody's saying, oh, yeah, they're all corrupt. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this, they're doing that. Where did this budget emanate from? It emanated from the executive. It came to the national legislature. The national legislature has the power to go into the budget, to scrutinize it, to appropriate wherever the words are, the legislative jargons are, right?
Yeah.
I continue to say this, whether we like it or not. Like you said, it is an organized thing. The president is aware. The leadership, all of the leaders, whether we like it or not, this thing, the people of Liberia. That's why I asked. The people of Liberia are not ready yet. When the people of Liberia get ready, I mean, I'm not going to be wasting my time making noise and talking. So I know Musa said we want to do some research. But the people of Liberia are not ready yet. When the people of Liberia are ready, we will know that the people of Liberia is ready. Right? We don't have the same constitution that Senegal has. Because if that was the case, I think we would not have no legislature in Liberia. Every president would dissolve the national legislature, yeah, when they get tired. But I see this as a fundamental problem that goes deep within. Like Musa said, there is an entrenched cartel in place. And whether you like it or not, until we start to look at it from that angle, that's why I say I'm waiting for the president that will come in Liberia that will threaten to shut the government down. It happened in this country. In fact, right now as we speak in America, they're holding discussion about funding the government till December because they can't agree on certain things spending, right? Whether we like it or not, there's an entrenched cartel in place. And so I don't know. For me, I don't know the answer to it. I'm at a point where I'm just like, okay, whatever, you know.
But you see, what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, but again, if you keep on saying that if another group of people go there, they will do the same. No, another group of people will not do the same thing if they're the right people.
Okay, well, who the right people, Grace?
The right people are
Ben,
the right
Ben,
people.
let me tell you what needs to happen.
CDC, and it will not be UP. It will be a whole different.
Grace, that's where I think you're
It
wrong.
will not be CDC. It will
Ben,
not be UP.
Ben.
Period.
Chris, I think that you're wrong.
Ben, you need to wear your patriotic.
And I think I'm right.
But Chairman,
You need to wear. Let me tell you something. Planning is the answer. We have to liberate Liberia from these two parties. I will not lie to you. As challenging as it sounds, that's the only option we have.
Mm.
If you get the two, you see the two of them, almost like one woman born two of them.
Yeah, but Musa, we didn't try it.
Ben, you're not interrupt me. Let me finish.
But we tried it.
Yeah, no, let me finish. Let me finish.
But they just speak. He won't call you.
Let me finish. At this point in time, in my mind, if the only thing they are capable of is to emulate each other, then we as a people may as well try something new and something else. What CDC has not done, and I'm waiting for them to do, is to assess themselves. To say we acknowledge that when we were there, we did things that if we are given the chance again, we'll do better. But so far, if I'm reading myself in the media, all I'm hearing is that the 6 year that just ended, everything was rosy. That is not true.
Can you imagine?
And United Party, as far as they are concerned, the yardstick they have is that everything that happened in this in the last 6 years, unless they finish doing their own, they will not think about doing something new. Now, we need a new direction in Liberia. Some people may be saying now, oh, maybe Musa Bey, but then we need to focus. First and foremost, every one of us need to begin to identify ways in which to get involved in Liberia and take over activities in one of the 73 electoral districts. Let your presence be felt there. We have 5 years to election. Liberian people have indicated to you, unless you people who went to school, they poke your land up for nothing. But Liberian people have told y'all, if you come 2 years to election, we'll not listen to you. Let us begin to immerse. Let us begin to connect the foreign idea, the good thing that you people have learned, acquire out there. Let us begin to transform that. Sit in the community, get your home in the community, get involved in the community, being in the community leadership. Your desire. What you don't know is that every community in Liberia has leaders. And be part of that. So that change will come. Change will not come in 2029 the way we want it. Maybe we need to focus our change for now. The troublesome area we have, we need to make sure we clean that place, which is the legislature. We need lawmakers to commit to reform, to commit to transparency, to commit to constitutional review. We don't even have a contract between the governed and the governors. People don't even care when people come to run for office to say, who is this man? Where he coming from? We need to teach our people, unless you want to give up on Liberia now. But to let the thing you've been trying to tell me for me to accept, and I will never accept that I'm going to put my faith in Unity Party. I will not do it. And I have no plan to do it. Nothing.
So since you people are 30 seconds on your time, beg you. Since you call me, since you call my name, let me address what you say. Because you and Grace been texting today. Because I think you be on this show here.
Look, real people are just real people. We don't have to text.
I have said, let me tell you what I have said. My point is,
first of all, I don't even have Grace no more.
Okay, I just making sure because I know she's not.
For a moment you sounded jealous. I've been texting to.
For a moment you sounded jealous. I was just trying to.
Because I stuck to what I believe in.
Yeah.
And now people are gearing to what I believe in because I stuck on it. That's the truth.
But let me say this.
Maybe I bought her idea. Maybe I bought her idea.
My argument has always.
It's time to be centrist.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with
political parties that have hijacked our country for 18 years or going to 24 years. We need to take it from them.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Listen, there's nothing wrong with me.
Or you face the same fate.
There's nothing wrong with
me.
That's why
we will change this country.
I want to ask you. I'm here. I want to ask you a very important question here. A very important question. I want to ask you.
Yes.
I want to get back to the budget. There are reports that there was a meeting held with the pro tem and the speaker at the president's home until he sent that addition to the budget that was listed with his own handwriting, stating that they should act fast on that. So are you guys just going to leave this whole budget thing like that? You're not going to act at all?
Based on what I know, unfortunately, yes.
What?
So
nothing is going to happen.
Wow.
The cartel is in control of that place. The budget
we were on the other day. You were just defending yourself, talking about
nothing will happen. You know, me, look, people, I came in this legislature with bruises on my skin from Unity Party all over me. But I sat down, I called my children, called my family. I said, I'm going over there. I promise you. I will do right by your name and I will do right by your country. And that's why I'm here. When I sit with people, I tell them what I want to do and nothing change. That budget alteration, nothing will come from inside. All of them that are talking this, talking that, talking that. Look, let me tell you something. If the meeting was here, and I beg you don't attack me, let me finish. Because I know you are coming to attack me. The president of the Republic of Liberia purportedly held a meeting with the leadership of the legislation. If that meeting is correct, the president did not tell them, say, you're putting in the budget without taking it to your people. When leadership meets, or when the president gave his wishes, I don't know why he didn't give it to his people to pull it there to send it to us. But that's water under the bridge. It is incumbent upon our leaders to now say the budget we passed yesterday, there's some changes we need to make. So we're passing a resolution to make the correct one and then pass it so it can be on the record. To the best of my knowledge and based on what I know, that budget went to the Senate and they play with it all kind of way. But I'm hearing the Senate say that they put it before their members and they pass on it. Now, since Senator Moe said that, I've not heard one senator say it aloud. So I will assume that will happen. For the House of Representatives, we are not aware of any of those changes. We never passed on it. And up to today, we have not passed on it. But all of you seem to forget the fact that if the budget, that same budget was saying was not submitted properly, if that budget comes to us and then we recast it and send it, that means the argument or the debate of budget alteration is going to bed. It's moot. Because that instrument that people are being accused for has been sent back. And if we send it, if we validate it and send it, then what the lawyers say, moot has occurred. And they are aware of that. And that's what they're going to do. And the way to pass the budget is what they are doing. They have held the poor lawmakers or gasoline. They have held all of their operational expenses, everything that's going to come to them, they have held it. Now that what they bargaining with now, as I speak to you, that what we owe you, we'll give it to you, but in return, you might agree to sign the budget. Financial blackmail, quick pro quo, corruption on both sides.
Wow.
Me, I will not be part of that. The benefit I'm entitled to.
That the CDC people and the UP people in the house, they are all working together. And then Ben Samuel cancel on the platform and they have they will be voting. They're not going to happen. Until these two parties. Period.
Look, let me tell you something. Look, Grace. I know you want to.
Everybody working together. Poor, you get Grace. I know all your heart beating because you can't stand no kind of thing. Poor man.
Grace, what I would like it or not, whether we like it or not, I continue to say this. These two parties did not just drop from the sky and got in power. Your people that you're talking for, they're the ones voting for them. They're the one voting for them. The people
Because
that
people like you keep
talking
on telling
for.
them that only people like can lead.
No, they're not people that mean. How you say people that mean? We're not telling them.
Because you keep on saying that we have.
But Grace,
Grace,
did the Liberian people not have options in the election? They did not have options. So then why you say that? Why it gotta be me?
But you
as a permanent 1.something million people.
You as a permanent Librarian, you as a permanent Librarian, what did you tell them to vote in the last election? You told them to vote for CDC, right?
Oh no! In the second round. In the second round.
Yeah, you did.
In the second round.
In the first round.
But did I support CDC in the first round? I didn't.
Put that in the first round.
I'm a CPP man. Yeah, who's my chairman around the show?
Why did you support somebody in the first round, sir?
But I'm a CPP man. I just told you. I supported the CPP.
Oh, okay.
And Grace, CDC has always
been. So, Grace, does that change? Does that change the fact that the UK government is just very corrupt? They're already eating money that is making budget.
I'm not saying they change the facts, brother man. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
my issue here
these two parties, they're killing Liberia, they're destroying the country.
Musa,
until Liberia can open the apple and see that.
You need to be speaking to the Liberian people.
But why you are?
You need to be speaking to the Liberian people. That the Liberian people, I am not going to sit here. Let me tell you something. First of all, Liberians love to scapegoat and find. They look for hero all the time. They always look for somebody to be the villain. When you see, at one point in time, they were looking for hero. They're very Musa Belete that on the show talking here today. They call him criminal. Some of the people who opening their wow mouth today, pressing him. They call him criminal. I'm be frank. The same people said that if the people of District Number 7 had listened to the characterization of Musa, he would not be represented today. It is because some of them have been disappointed. They were walking in poo water. So you come and tell me that means you will not look until Liberians grace for me. And let me say this, I don't believe, and I will stand on this. I do not subscribe to the notion, and I disagree with you and Musa, that CDC and UP as institutions are the problem. I do not subscribe to that. They're Liberian. But let me finish, Mr. Chairman, please. Let me finish.
There's something with you. No, my man.
Let me finish my thought. You even want me to finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. I do not believe that these two institutions are problematic. I believe they are leadership, the people. There are Liberians, ordinary Liberians in these two parties that are looking for, that decide to follow them. I gave you the analogy on the show of the Democratic and Republican Party.
Then you know what is wrong with Liberia? Let me be soft a little bit on CDC and the party. The other people need to come to their senses and organize a single alternative to these two parties.
How, Musa? It's been tried before.
But Ben, you life. Do you try one time? Do you try 2 times in life and then stop?
Okay.
You don't.
Unfortunately, we're in a
Ben,
country called
look, you go to Senegal. There was a president there that tried 6 times before he became president.
You're not going to get me to try 6 times being Liberian.
But me, I will try until the day I cannot try anymore. But we must change this country. You know, Ben, let me tell you something.
Must change.
You see, Ben, when you open my West Fargo account, there is enough money there for me to send 1,000, 2,000 to my children tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Not more than that. Everything I own in my whole life is in this country.
Oh, I thought you said there's enough money in the Wells Fargo account, so I can figure out what to tell you.
No, what I'm saying, I said that if you find few dollars.
I know. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I know.
$1, $2, $500, nothing there.
No, I thought you were saying there's enough money
there. To surrender that is simply not to be considered.
I agree.
I believe that Liberian people, and stop knocking on Liberian people too much. Man, when you starve a man deliberately, keep him or her hungry, and then come now and give him a hot-baked bread, that man will care less. He will take it and eat it. You, all of us need to get engaged on the ground. This you're coming in a plane, you're being in a fancy car there is not helping. I'm looking at Peabody picture, that's a good thing. He's building wells. I see it there. There's connection to the people. Gentlemen, when I took 2 years to immerse myself into my district, the overwhelming belief, in spite of the fact that I didn't come from America, the overwhelming belief was that when I win, I will be gone. Today, that belief has been erased.
Yeah, but was that different, remember?
No, we all have to act in the same way, Ben.
I'm not saying we shouldn't act in the same way.
If I can do it, you can do it. You can come to District 12 and live there.
Chairman, let me friend, right?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I have about 10 lawmakers like you. But Chairman, the problem is that we don't like the hustler then. We like hustler then. Let me frank.
So Tomani, which are the lawmaker that came from America, went to their places and stayed 2-3 years there, immersed with the people and lost the election? None.
No, but Chairman.
You can't count election here because you come from Philadelphia, then you speak in Siri, then people will not vote for you. Immerse yourself. Immerse yourself.
Victor, he tried to whip him before.
Look, we will redefine Liberian politics very soon. Watch out. Watch out for 2025. Watch out for 2025. We will provide means through which Liberians in and outside of Liberia will connect and plan the future of their country together. Yeah, we'll provide that medium. We'll make sure that things are done. I don't believe that United Party and CDC should be the only answer to our country. I'm sorry.
I don't agree with that too.
So if you agree with me, join me. If you agree with me, join me.
You not agree with
If you agree with me, join me. Come on in. If you agree with me, join me.
I don't disagree with that. I just feel
and Grace, you are the champion for this. You started before all of us. We all should get together.
I believe that we can work with.
Then I will brief you. There's a conference coming.
I've been trying to get you for the last 1 week. I get you. You tell me you're briefing.
You're making your reconciliation in your party. So right now you're making your reconciliation. So right now,
I'm not discussing our party issue on the show.
You're reconciliation right now.
I can guarantee you.
Grace, right now, Ben, Dillon, Yombly, Chairman, all of them talking now. All of them,
let me tell you something. What we are talking is bigger than any current political party.
Exactly.
But
at the end of the day, in this country today, Ben, we need to think about the country. We need to think. Look, put yourself in that position. Let me explain to you. Something. If you put yourself in a better position, Focus maybe on the legislature. Take control of the legislature. You can change Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can change Liberia. Because
Greg, you going around too?
the power,
Oh,
the
definitely.
power is in the legislature.
I'm share my website. I'm going to
We
do something.
all don't have to
If
be
I run for
president.
anything, Liberia will win. So I get it
We
ready.
all don't have to be president,
Yeah,
Ben.
me there.
But we now have to define and read our constitution and try to establish where lies Liberia's power, where the authority lies. Chief, the authority lies in the legislature. That's the only body that, besides itself, no other body has the right to move them. But they have the right to move anybody in the other branch of government, including the president. They make laws, they change laws. They can fix this country.
Because they take bribes and they take money.
Exactly. Look, we will fix this country through the legislature, and lawmakers will commit to salary cut, to constitutional reform, to transparency in the legislature, and to put a law that kept salary for all government officials. The speaker signed the pledge yesterday to uphold the code of conduct. Immediately after the speaker signed, I think all the legislators have signed it yesterday. A House of Representatives. That means you will see what we're going to do in this country. Change is going to come no matter what. But let us not get frustrated. The people who are killing this country want us to be frustrated. By showing our frustration, we are playing to their game.
Of course.
We are playing to their game. Think about it. I mean, are you telling me that CDC, who clearly is coming back to power, is going to come back to power without any explanation to Liberian people to say the last time we were in power, we did some right thing, we did something like that. United Party, they came and attacked CDC. But right now, they are doing left, right with CDC. Everything the CDC did, I want to repeat it. What's the difference?
Mr. Chairman, we appreciate you. I told you, you have done a lot of good things. You have been able to stand out as a model. We're very proud of you. You've been able to stand out as a model representative of the people. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Come, mommy, I tend to have, look, we're all humans. We tend to get fatigued. We get tired. We think about the battle that is ahead. But you're right on one thing. We can't give up on Liberia, right? Liberia is the only country we have. We may be residing in different countries in the diaspora as a whole, but we cannot give up on Liberia. We got to continue this fight. And you never know where that change ultimately can come from. But I do know one thing, that we need some really forward-thinking and progressive minds to be able to institute the changes that we keep talking about. So, I don't know. Yeah, this was just a
Man,
brief
before I go, it's kind of late here. Let me just say two things. One, we're gonna need everybody's support to make sure that the immigration bill passes the Senate. It is good so that all of the obstacles that are preventing you guys from being actively involved in politics will be taken out. I am also preparing several other bills, among them a revision to the election laws that will allow Liberia to vote outside Liberia. That affect their right.
Yes.
They are like let me explain to you. all of the money that come in this country, without your sitting over there, no money will come in Liberia. The money you're sending here is not like the physical money is coming. That's the money that is collected and put in a bank around the world. And that's the money that the local bank can use to buy goods and services through letter of credit, wire transfer to bring to our country. If you people don't do those things that you're doing,
The country will collapse.
the country will collapse.
True.
The Liberian Constitution makes specific provision for absentee ballot.
I agree.
So we have a lot of things to do. But for me, one step at a time. When you're talking about giving up on Liberia, when you get the diaspora community, a group of people who have gotten used to democratic, independent way of life, you're gonna have them to transfer those ways into our country. Then, if you work with Grace in the bank, and we're standing in line, and I come with my big stomach, calling myself representative, the day I say I'm going to stay in front of line. You know, Grace is gonna say, "Hell no."
Oh, hell no.
No, our ability, I'm sorry, I came before you.
Yeah.
That's how you change the country. So the Facebook that we on here, the other areas, they will try. But you can't let be here. But we ourselves know that there's certain things we need to do to make you comfortable. You can't be coming here. Every time you're coming, you'll be looking for visa. That's a shame. By the grace of God, the immigration bill eliminates that.
Usa has something.
It gave you a right. You want to be president, Ben Grace, that a Peabody, Chief St. Tomani George, if you want to be president and go rule over the Bassa land, nobody should ask you what passport you're holding.
Exactly.
And
Beautiful.
the bill that we passed, no.
All the American and champion. All the
Muslim
Americans.
voted on by the House takes away. But I want to let people to know that in that bill, it eliminates the importation of unskilled laborers. So that means all of the factories, the big places where they're importing these unskilled labor will stop. No work permit will be issued to. You must be a specialized, worker.
To be able to get,
It also gave our women certain right that they never had. If a Liberian woman married to a foreigner, a Liberian woman married to a foreigner.
I really like you Musa Benete right now.
Yes.
Musa Grace says you will put you on your power back.
Do a post for that for what I mentioned. Do a post for that.
So if a woman,
do a post.
Our old law says if a Liberian woman marry a foreigner, and that foreigner was a naturalized citizen, if that person died, that woman property is not necessary for her.
True.
This law changes that. The law, it never referred to a woman as she.
Mm-hmm. True.
It changes that and recognizes in every case all right that has been given to men under the immigration law has now been also seen woman. Anywhere we got man, we put woman. Anywhere we got
Musa for president. Musa
Benete for president, huh?
Musa for president.
So, at the end of the day, we have 300,000 of you outside there that could
That's a whole constituency right there.
So we are having a conference in Paris. We call it the Paris Conference. It's a specialized conference. We're going to invite Liberians from Iran because you're right to vote.
Man, will come.
The Paris conference.
The Paris Conference.
Shema, you might
And
invite
once we
will
finish
come.
the Paris Conference, we sign the Paris Accord.
You know,
We will now embark upon one of the problems we have, which we have identified, is that all the way you're coming, Christmas time, New York time, you're not gelling with the people. So we need to remove that barrier so that the people can feel more comfortable, they can feel more, receptive to all of us, and they can feel that we are the same.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of things for the diaspora community. All of your rights are only your money are important to Liberian politicians.
Yeah.
The people came to me that I told them, I'm not asking for them to give me money for my bill.
When you go to buy again,
I want them to call their lawmakers, their senators. I want them to call. So
next trip, I want to that trip to Dubai. I want to go that Dubai trip. I want to go on that trip.
No, but you have to come to Paris first.
Okay. Wow.
The
Paris. No, the person asking to be there live. Live.
But for me, let me say this, Representative. Thank you, Representative. We gotta go, but congratulations. I think this is great. You spoke. You hit the nail on. Our Constitution is actually very sexist. By the way, many people don't know that. When you even read the Constitution about executive power, it only refers to the president as him or he. There's no she in the Constitution. When you're talking about executive power of the president, it says the president shall be removed in case of so and so, and he. There's no he/she, right? So I think all of these things that you're talking about is in line with it's positive. And like you said, I think the diaspora, and I've said it over and over, I don't think the diaspora has leveraged her power the way she should leverage her power, because if you leverage the power, listen, anybody that controls the purse strings can control a lot of things. Right? But the problem also has to do with the unification of the diaspora. You're not going to get 100% unification, but I agree with you, and I think this effort to kind of bring people together in a majority form should be able to move the needle a lot. And like you rightly said,
in an election that is decided by 24,000 votes.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Minnesota can make that difference.
Yep. Can you imagine the diaspora?
You could make or break our democracy. Your participation will be very important. We'll make sure that your vote will count.
I don't know why it happened. Last thing to you, there was something proposed. I don't know if it was ever proposed in Liberia, but I know it's in Rwanda. I know it's in Ghana. Most of these countries that are leapfrogging, there are diaspora representatives in the national legislature. The people get elected. They elect them, right? They on the day of voting, there is a seat in the national legislature dedicated to the diaspora in Rwanda, in Ghana, because these countries have strong diaspora presence, right? Some of the things you're talking about, the kind of money that is inflow. But I know one time somebody tried to propose it when they were proposing this gender equity thing, the gender parity bill thing, where you needed one for the disabled, one for the diaspora. I don't know how far.
Ben, you know how you get that happening? First, pass this bill that we are
voting.
Once you pass this bill, then amend the election law because the Constitution called for that vote, and then push for referendum to put that in the Constitution that the diaspora, anywhere, let's say they have more than 24,000 people, or they have enough registration equivalent to the size of a district, should become a district.
Yeah.
And then you get a representative, you elect your representative come here and then represent you. You're got to be more innovative. You're in
and then
in
that way, we won't need foreign people to even invest in our country. Like
exactly. Then $1,000 from each of you every month to be as shareholder in the local bank. That bank will be the biggest bank in Liberia.
Oh, you know what Samuel Jackson was talking about?
That's true. That's true.
Samuel
Yes,
Jackson have some
that bank will be the biggest
some
bank in
idea about
Liberia.
the Liberia diaspora bank or
So
something.
at the end of the day, and then we start all of us start channeling our money through there. We start getting letter of credit. We start looking for goods and services from the United States. By then, you see, things start moving. You will never get America to come to Liberia unless they see that there are 500,000 votes
I agree
or
with you
300,000 votes
Yeah.
that can vote for the president of America. When they put them go say you're not going to do the thing to our second country, we'll not vote for you. You will see how many things will change in
That
your
is true.
name in America.
Exactly.
It's something like
understand?
the Jewish lobby. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So
how
you get the
Israel
power.
gets a lot of benefit.
Let you say, and then let's stop thinking, that red and blue. There are other colors. Life is not made only of red and blue. The rainbow has other colors. Let's look for the other colors in the rainbow.
All right.
You
We hear you. Let's make sure you call. In fact, listen, Tommy, tell what is your chairman. As you sound, I need to talk to you. We have some unfinished business to talk about. So, but it was great having you on. It was great having
Liberty Party EU.
It was great having you on. I beg you, man. Grace your own by you, just follow it. But it was great having you on, guys. It was a great conversation, man.
Chairman, was so good to see you, though. Really good.
So we're having a fundraiser here on Friday.
So
Just so
Friday.
you're aware. Friday we're having a fundraiser. We would like you to appear.
Why I want to do?
We're trying to raise money to keep the platform up. It's very expensive. So
Why be transparent? You're public to elaborate.
Thank you. Keep the
Why
platform
Of course.
that way.
But Chris, you the chairman of the team.
But you don't get it yet before you publish it. You gotta get it before you publish it.
Grace, you the chairman of the thing. You talking about it.
No, but when you asking people to give you money, you have to tell them exactly what the money will be used for.
So tell the people not Grace.
Oh, Grace, since you've been
No, I mean,
tell them what will be used for.
you're at flip flop. You've been telling the
No,
people
I'm not
all week about this fundraiser. Then you say you got that for what you use money for. Grace yourself.
I support the fundraiser, and that's just the truth. But when you're fundraising, everything you ask me to do, I did for you. But when you're fundraising, you have to lay out what you would do with the money. And we spoke about that.
That's true. I mean, I don't think that's
the money is going to be used for the journalists on the ground. The journalists need to be going to press conferences and going in different areas.
Then you see that when we know the cost, then we are motivated to it because that's a what it costs.
Exactly. So we need to add maybe one more person on to join him.
The kind of transparency we are looking for that the other two parties cannot give us.
They can't give us. That's what I'm trying to get. Yeah, they can't give it to us. That's why we're moving them totally. Everybody.
That's citizen texting me or they say you do.
Writing to the court.
But my man, I'm not citizen. I beg you.
I don't want to say so.
I'm not citizen. The mainstream political party in the country will never change this country. We need to take the whole country and move to another direction. If you trust on it, get a serious result, do something else.
That's why the guy I talk about, he's the guy that's
Somebody that stranger story will not work. If you want to be president, you need to count the ground now.
He's already the guy's coming, he's there, but he already has secured the money, he's coming.
Leave people here, man.
This is not about money, my dear. It's about money. Millionaire comes that president. I was saying that, bro. So
you gotta know how to use the money, Chris. Yeah.
Guys, we see you. I see you.
We have vision. And you saw Musa.
Let remind the people about the fundraiser on Friday.
Everything he's planning to do and the bills that he wants to pass. We want people like that to come here and tell us what they would do for the Liberian, what they do for the country.
But Chris, what you here for? Who Dominic Kennedy? The main call you.
So we're not here for $20 million. $20 million. There's not 13-year-old.
I know somebody who has $20 million and want to run for president like this. I aware. We know.
One thing I know that by all measurement, communist presidency would have been different from what we have.
Oh yeah, I know.
By all measurement.
No, that one is true.
I don't believe that. I'm sorry. So it's a whole another topic for a whole another day. So you're not getting that. I disagree with you on the ability on that part. So it is what it is. But
Well,
Yeah, we are different.
Another thing, Otola, because I tell you,
let me give you one example. You will agree with me quickly.
I won't.
If Kwame had become president, I would have been speaker. If I had become speaker, the house would be transparent.
wow, oh, getting back.
Because it would
How
be
you
audited.
know you are coming to be speaker?
You had a vote. You
Yes.
got a vote.
You know, I was going to be speaker.
Why is it,
Okay, let me. Well,
Do
Grace.
you agree? Grace,
Grace,
do you
let me
agree?
give you. Let
I
me
do
give you
not
one small
agree.
room.
I do not
Grace,
agree.
let me give you one small room. I would have been the presumed speaker. And
Yeah,
if I had become the speaker, at least we would have had a transparent legislature.
Chris, why do you think of Richard Kuhn? Why do you think
At
because
least.
the president of Bagin? Jera a Copa Day who worked long before that election, but had not been that thing has prolonged. People are start flipping. That thing has prolonged for another month. People will start flipping.
No, I'm not saying that Honorable Benedict wouldn't have been speaker. In fact, I want him to be speaker right now, to tell you the truth. Wow. Why I'm saying you could not have trust Cummings to aspect. You don't know, because when people get into the presidency, it kind of exposes.
Grace, who do you think would have been a better president?
Eh?
Who do you think would have been better? If Cummings were not going to be alright, Boykana alright, we are only one alright. Who are going to be better, Grace?
Okay, let me lay it off for you.
Yeah, lay or tell us.
The last election,
yeah,
the person I thought was going to be better for the country, that was going to change the country, set the country in the tune to be a better place for 6 years, who have been Dr. Clarence K. Moniba.
The man who
Grace, man. Grace, stop it.
The man who was Minister of State will up follow in the United Party government.
Grace.
I said
Grace.
for the last election, I felt
What Grace you want? Grace.
So Grace. Okay. But let me modify Ben's question. How do you feel about that decision now, today? Because, and let me tell you the basis of my
give me
question.
$1 million to answer that question, my brother.
Yeah, I understand. let me tell you, the point is, and this is not just for Dr. Moniba, for all politicians.
I think he would have been a good president.
Man,
I know that.
my argument to politicians,
But I also believe Cummings would have
and
been
many politicians don't pass that test, is what do you do as a politician at the time that you're not looking for vote? What posture do you take?
What happened to
what happened to the Liberian people? What's going on with Liberian people? The missteps of the government. Is it only important to talk about government misstep when you want to be president?
Okay.
This question is for all, not just Dr. Moniba, it's for all those 19 people that are running to be president. Because as far as I'm concerned, right now, they are all lost.
Oh, they're gone. You see, I probably got with that.
John David, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think the government is doing?
I mean, we're not going on.
That government not doing anything, man.
10 is what?
The higher.
The people doing
10 the higher.
3%.
10 is the best or the worst?
The best.
The best.
The government doing 3, man.
Hey!
3%.
Hey! Wow.
So I don't get all of that.
See, if you cannot produce a budget, then who are you?
Who are you?
I mean, the fundamental Rubik.
Yeah.
They're the most important instrument of
that sets your priority. It tells the country your priority.
And then you bring the budget back. You bring the budget back. The most important thing in our country today is the fight against drug.
Yeah.
Hey,
we put $2.1 million in the budget.
You cut it down.
You bring it back. You cut it down to 300,000.
Imagine.
Who called it? Who called it on 300? Executive?
You know that? Yes.
The budget is not valid. The budget is not valid. It's very illegal and not valid.
Wow.
And so they like brain push you now. Anyway, they put in that choice because as they said that budget will pass. People have no respect for the people in the country, how they feel.
The budget will pass. The budget will pass.
I just wanted to say something quickly when it came to we were talking about Cummings. I believe that Dr. Moniba is going to be a better president than Cummings. The reason is Cummings was going to be a good president, but his association started to water down his potential. he started associating with too many corrupt people.
But you know what?
So
Obiang
it took
No,
away
wait,
from
tell me
him.
the way. Let one talk.
Let me speak. It took
Yeah,
away.
finish.
I know you're on the platform. You're just joining people through when they're talking about.
No, but talk like crazy. You
It took
protect, I
away,
protect
yeah,
you.
give me a chance, let me talk. It took away from him as a person. The last election before 2017 election, I had a hope for him. After that, when he started water down himself, I like for people to be their authentic self. And I thought that he was, because of the politics in the country, he was trying too hard. But I didn't want him to try too hard. I just wanted him to be an authentic self, because his authentic self was going to get him to the presidency. And because the people around him did not really advise him like that, he started going wayward. And, so I removed myself. I wasn't really supporting him, but I was hoping for him. So when I saw somebody like Dr. Moniba came from the left, and I saw all the potential in him, I felt that Dr. Moniba, at that point in time, in the last election, that he was going to be a good president for the country. And it was going to set a tune. Even if he are going to serve one term, like we're going to change for the better. And that's just the truth.
Okay.
All right, guys. Kevin
No
Bilton.
comment.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue that Monimba, because Monimba served in the UP government. In fact, one of the things that they used to hit the UP people when Monimba attacked United Party, one of the first things they used to always attacking on is, but you don't want to hear our PDU. So they wouldn't do the delivery. Who to blame?
But
Like
Moniba
I
served
said,
in the government, and Moniba delivered in her position. That's why you can talk about.
but what I mean, they were in a position that when I had policy.
He accomplished everything he was supposed to accomplish. He was not new for promotion. He accomplished all his assignments. So let's get a man his props. You know, let's be fair.
So, Grace, I want to ask you, since you are selling Moniba, can you list some of your achievements? So that we can
That's how I'm going to say. What was Moniba achievement as minister?
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
But what was achievement as minister? Moniba was minister of state with a portfolio head of the PDU. He went out there. His job was to make sure the president's delivery unit was running and checking, making sure all the projects that she set out to do was completed. Right? I'm not knocking Dr. Moniba.
And majority of the projects he set out to do was completed. Right?
But Grace,
the airports.
Grace, don't call that airport name, because that airport is a disaster. They spend too much money for that thing.
Because we are wanted to clean it, and he rushed the project. That's
why we are wanted to clean it. Why we are got to do with the airport?
His achievements when he came to power.
No, Grace, that airport had nothing to do with that. Ellen opened that airport before she left.
He opened the airport before she left. Ellen opened the airport before she left, Grace. So you can say we are wanted to claim it, right? So the only thing I would say is that I believe he would have been a group president. Don't get me wrong. But I don't believe. But I also believe, Mr. Cummings, we need a manager. We need a manager, and because he has a proven track record working in the area that he didn't have governmental experience, as people said. But I think Liberia at this point in time needs someone who can run the country like a business. Get up in the morning, set priorities, set goals, and meet KPIs and be able to deliver.
Ben, I couldn't have disagreed with you more. Yeah. Your country is not a business.
The country is not a business.
Ben, the reason why the country is not a business is that the country is not for profit. The profit of the country is the satisfaction and the service to people.
But
what I think will happen to Mr.
The
Cummings,
people are the shareholders.
Yes. What I think will happen to Mr. Cummings, 2-time trying, in my mind, has become a very resourceful period. If he ever intends to run as president, his biggest and most important challenge will be whether he will be able to portray himself as a man who has learned from his 2 tribes. And therefore, if he can learn from everything that went wrong, everything that he did right, and put them together and say, I have learned a lesson along the way for the last 10 years or so. Therefore, with what I have learned, I've made the following adjustment, realizing the way and manner in which our country is governed. That would be his biggest challenge. I believe if he comes back in his last form or the form before that, then there will be a lot of questions about whether he has the capacity to metamorphosize into a leader who has learned from experience, who has learned from mistakes, and who has learned from the good thing that happened to him. But I still maintain that based on the things that I see here, look at the budget, for instance. I wouldn't think that we'll have this kind of strong budget if Mr. Comey was elected. I mean, it's the same expectation I have of Joseph Barker, that even though I did not vote for him, but his experience as vice president, his experience in government, and I still hold that belief that Barker will one day wake up and the government will be different. Because if that doesn't happen, that would be my greatest disappointment ever. Because talking to him, listening to him, his vision for Liberia, I want to see him enforce those visions. So far, that has not happened,
Matthew,
but
you
I
have
want
to-
to see.
Huh?
They oversell themselves when they want to run for president. They oversell themselves with things that they cannot deliver to the country. So we all know that what they do. So you know, we
So,
never had any hope in
it was a good program, but Chairman Musa Birete, you the numbers you got for the election, you agree with that numbers that the votes you got, and if
I
not,
told you, I've said it, and I say it tonight, that election that passed was fraudulent.
so you're investigating.
Sir,
You're
thank you
investigating.
very much for
You're investigating.
Honorable
Look,
thank you so much.
It cannot be investigated.
I can say the truth. Oh my God,
It was
thank you.
fraudulent.
To the city,
Look,
results.
let me tell you something.
Different
The
results.
same cartel that is in the house, that is
Oh, you just said a
the
country.
budget.
You just said a country again.
You understand? Until we have a digital election system, the election result will be at the mercy of the
cartel.
hands, the cartel.
That's when the election was well organized plan for the people. They put that thing. Appleton.
But the thing was organized and it was well planned. Appleton said was confused with the vote you are getting.
Enjoy Anokana.
I said, why you in Appleton?
Appleton is the chairman of the board of Noka.
I'm enjoying.
Really?
Oh,
yeah, Appleton is the chairman of the board of
yeah,
Noka.
Appleton feeling.
Because you know what they did it for? They wanted to suppress the major candidates that they thought that were threat to them. People like coming and money back. They wanted to suppress them. That what how they play.
No, the grace, the idea for that suppression was to make it that they would not have impact on the rerun, on the runoff.
Then they run off. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, me, I gotta give it to them. For me, I gotta give it to them. When somebody outsmart me,
Chairman,
the person they outsmart. You can't outsmart another person. Then you outsmart apply yourself.
Our NEC read or national result.
What do you mean by that? When they got to the last one,
when they called disrespecting me, my kind of read, we got a little Musa. I said, I said, what? I said, these are the court result. They said the guy leading. I said, what? I said, my chairman, now will.
Let me tell you what I did. You know what I did in that? You know what I did in that place? The last day, another party brought me their whole how you call pool watching tag. So my people that they already knew that they could mark and manipulate, 2 hours to election, I changed everybody.
Wow.
Yes. Go Yasindi and Dr. Francine. They slept to a pool place. Those guys, those two women, stay up until 7 o'clock in the morning counting the ballot, and there
They
were
would have
people
to
there
cheat
ready
you,
to
eh?
manipulate.
They
Eh?
have to cheat on the ability
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
Incredible, because Grace, they play the man, they play he ran. He was between the Q and the Mano. He was sandwich. They play he ran. But no, again, incredible.
But you know what? You know what?
I tell them what I meeting.
Since our elections, the Q and Mano and the other people that have been winning, nobody has won with even half of the vote that I got. The highest vote that anyone ever attained in that district was 4,000.
Then I went inside here, right? I tell them when I'm Musa meeting, they may have the mayor, the mayor of the
the mayor of Secretary, who is now the former mayor, was Chief Campino.
The mayor smart. The mayor need a mayor bring development.
Exactly.
I met a man on the road. The man said, "You see the car in, the brand new car in, so I can't listen to no car. The car with AC in the car, and they make give me that car. I'm out for the man."
Then I say you're not for the man.
So AC today, every year, Timothy, every year in Secretary, the water always come up and block the road going to Tabeka. This year it never happened.
You see that?
Because we fix roads, so our people never stop moving in my district.
And that's the kind of representation that
the chairman Musa Hassan.
But Ben Hassan is Ben Sandi is joining me in 2029.
You're ready.
We'll tell you what district you're running.
But Ben, I played Ben Rice for that. Ben Rice ain't him.
Yeah,
Ben is a candidate. Ben is a candidate 2029.
Oh, you running in Nima?
No, I
beg I say Ben is a candidate 2029.
You don't get to run here. Ben to run oh, then the get to.
Well, why you're scared to say why you're running? I can tell you why I'm running.
Why are you running, Grace?
Look at.
Always go back.
Let me tell you the plan. Running, they will vote for me big time, my brother. So I get there, they will be.
Grace will run in looking down.
You looking down,
Yeah. Is that District 12?
I think that there's a 16.
If I win, looking down, I will win. If I go to Magibi, I will
There's
win.
a 15.
I'm telling you.
When you get wrong, my man that's all win easily. My man, that's it. Yeah, it does me.
But before I go, yeah, ask me a question.
Go to Orange Grove, I'll support you.
I trust you, buddy.
I trust you.
About it, when I play that, depending on base school and where.
But why does you go when you go somebody?
Huh?
You want to run yourself?
No, but by then,
not everybody can run now. Some people got to run. Some people got to stay to support.
But for us to change that country, people like you need to run. Now what we trying to say here? You can't either corrupt people in that place with people like you got.
People will cost the people. People are not politicians are playing you.
That's what related to you. 100 people standing to her office door every day. I can't stand it. I'll kill you all in a minute.
Open a door and see the people.
You can do that. You can do that. You get it.
No, we can do
No,
that.
but everybody, this is the problem. If you come and get used to the people 1, 2, 3 years before the election, you understand that. You see me, since I became representative, I live in the district.
Oh yeah,
I come here, and that when the people know that they have access to you.
Who's how you get money, man? Leave people back.
They're not money business. Money business. Look, every time I go to Secretary,
if you did not have the resources, you will be running away from your district too. Leave that thing. The people that you know how many million in your house that running away from that district.
To water down everything.
I am not watering down anything. I am speaking fact.
Great.
I'm speaking fact. You know how many people? You know how many representative? You know how many representative running away from the districts right now?
They may not go there every weekend.
Can they afford to do what Musa doing? If Musa did not have the, if Musa was not a self-made millionaire, he would not be able to do the things that he's doing. The good news is that he's doing these things and he's impacting his district, which is good.
And tomorrow Thursday, right? After Saturday morning, he going straight to Nima.
But Ben,
The man hardly lives in Toronto. The man doesn't
let
even live
me
in Toronto.
tell you. But Ben, let me tell you something. This is where the diaspora must fight.
I agree with you.
Because let me tell you what you
your
can
resources. I agree.
If you pool your resources
Yeah.
and identify 5, 10, 15 representatives from among you and spread them across the country.
Yes.
And support them.
I don't disagree
Come
with that.
down and support them. The diaspora have to fight for themselves. Nobody will fight for them.
Nobody will fight for you. Yeah.
Yeah, but
For me, I've done my part. We need to open a phone bank, call your senators from each county to vote for that bill. We pass that bill, we put that one behind us. Your get together, your identifiable, your Grace that's sitting down here today, she can be, and you know she's qualified to be a good representative. And she can be a fighter on the floor.
Grace would need a lot of support.
Jared,
Grace would need a lot. Listen. Wait. Grace would need a lot of support.
You need to understand.
She would need, and the ANC is very strong in the diaspora. You would need a lot of support for the ANC people. What day you fighting with the ANC people? You need to
We are not working great lives.
This movement, for now,
Grace, you are politicians. Stop fighting with people.
We should not focus on the presidency. I'm not telling Liberians. Our problem is not the president. That building there. Ben, look, read the Constitution.
I don't disagree. I agree. The legislature has a lot of
Everything
power.
that happens in that bill, even to sign one agreement, the president will need a legislative approval.
I agree, but the president will use significant power.
No, Ben, the president will use significant power because the people that go there do not have an established mission and vision. And if you have that, and you sit down, you tell the president, let's agree on where we are taking the country. And you'll sign that pact. So whatever he said must be in line. Expenditure must be transparent. You can't have commissioners of public entity taking 15,000, paying for 50,000 apartment when women are dying because they don't have bed to lay down on to deliver. What kind of country is that? We can change that by putting good people in it. Look, we got 73 people in the House of Representatives. We need more. If we bring at least 5-10% from Nigeria, we got some very good people there right now. They need to be added. We sit down, we define what we want. No corruption business. If the minister is supposed to do his or her work, not doing it, you bring her, you put that to order. Transparency, audit. You must start with yourself. Let LeBron post see how you voting. Let LeBron put legislative point. Look at today, somebody telling me that 200, 300,000 cannot be given to me to spend in my district. But you can get 50 million to ministers that cannot even get 200 votes behind them. What sense does that make? Because the legislature has lost public trust. When you reinstate public trust,
the people got to see the legislature. The people got to see the legislature as their representative.
Yes,
as their representative.
Because if you take 300,000 and put it in the district, that is the closest the national budget can reach to the Liberian people. To the district level, sit them down. What you want to do with this money? They will tell you what they want to do. Do you know how many people, how much that means to the ordinary citizen to say, oh, next year we'll decide the money that coming will build a school here or will build a bridge, the people begin to feel that the government belongs to them. Right now, it's not like that.
Yeah.
But legislators are even afraid for that money because the Liberian poor, as far as they're concerned, our building there, they're just eating house, and the Liberian poor are rather eating house. In fact, you know, that whole building need to be
Some of them love it.
obliterated.
They love to get out in the morning and see people to the gate. When they go honorable, they see them in their 2-3 car with their fast cell phone in their hand. They love what I think. I mean, so they love it so that they can enjoy it. So that's why they probably forget. You know, somebody other people won't wait for.
But in any case, you know, these guys, you know, the reason why we are extending they extended today. They are extending their stay today.
The session?
Yeah, because they couldn't pass the budget.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're not part of the budget now? They passed now?
No.
That budget is an illegal budget.
But the budget already gone. If you spend the money already.
They didn't spend the money. That reason why I say I'm not putting my signature on it.
So, Musa, you're not going to vote for the budget?
Never.
Don't vote for it. Don't vote for it.
But how can Musa vote for a budget that the people are not eating money and they're just looking for
Yeah,
something
you
to?
vote for that budget.
They already used the money.
Budget.
You know?
Don't hear you,
vote for it. Don't vote for it. With your record.
No, I will never vote for that budget. That budget is FOC. It's a fruit of the crown. I will not vote for it.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
But let me just close and say that Honorable Bilete asked me what some of the accomplishment of Dr. Maniba.
oh,
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh
Yeah, I will
Lord.
answer that question. I will
Wow.
answer that question.
That's what you do.
Tell Clarence to call you. Tell Clarence to call me, man.
He said nothing to me. He said nothing to me. I even tell the last time I talked to.
Let me check my phone. Maybe he not send me 10 messages.
One of the
Master, let me
things
tell
that
my-
we
let me tell
gotta
my-
give people their props where they're alive. And the
Oh
thing is that
Lord, Grace. Grace
I
not kill this
I don't know whether Dr. Maniba will be in the race for 2029. I don't know whether I will be even on a team for 2029. The person that come with a real vision and plan for that brother, the person I will be behind. It could be anybody.
It could
So
be
for
coming.
not just saying he did some
But Grace,
in Liberia.
but
That
you
he
could
did some
petition,
really good
Grace.
things for Liberia
You could
government.
petition me. You don't like my vision. You don't like my vision. I just espouse.
Are you running 2029?
But if the people decide for me to run, I'll run.
Oh,
But what the people say that what I will do is a Germany, a Peabody, a bank come behind me. Well, I'll get wrong. But what do people say?
Wait. Are you asking me to support you in 2029?
Now, our closing argument needs to stay as long as possible because your ability of running. We got to be there to cover. We got to be there.
But let's just get.
All right, a good one, brother.
Closing argument needs to stay alive because your ability of running. We need to follow that election. We need-
Will be tight. That election will be
So Grace, if I say I'm running, will you support me with everything I've said tonight?
Yeah.
Girl, they just y'all know.
You won't come there.
You come there, that's it.
You won't come there.
Yeah.
Why are you talking there?
I don't care, John.
Why are you talking there? I can say. Why are you talking there?
Can you repeat?
Grace, with everything that I've said tonight, with the vision that I've laid out tonight, if I ever decide that I want to run for president, will you support me?
Yes or no?
If you ever decide, you put a specific date down. Yeah.
No, 2029. 2029.
In 2029.
2029.
2029.
I gotta
With everything I've said tonight,
Great.
You see? They always say CDC and UP. Take
Yeah.
their vote.
But I can give me a chance.
Okay, it doesn't matter. So then you get it doesn't matter already. Then you can prove it again. Now it doesn't matter already now.
yeah, ask me.
When he was getting in the when he was running for, when he said he was running for representative, he called his family. He called his family and he talked to them.
Ain't see why you get hard tail party? Ain't see it?
Great changing
You
now.
got it too technical. See, this and United Partnership, they can walk in the water, they walk in the poo water, they will print their own t-shirt. You're too technical. I keep
No.
telling you.
Look,
man,
I support
man.
Honorable Belete with everything that he's doing, and you know very well that
Wow,
it
endorsement.
is true.
Big
That's
endorsement.
true.
Somebody knows that.
Big
And
endorsement.
every time he comes here, I was one of the people that
no,
even
but the
told him
question
that,
I just say yes or no. You
yeah,
compare
but give me
the
things, my brother. Let him
What
get
Maybe that the money about listening. That was great. That one answer.
no,
Yes,
no.
you know.
Maybe,
He
yeah.
said
Great film that shable. Great film that shable.
I am a free agent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great goal. Sorry, money about forget it. Great goal.
Lord Scott. Well, Lord Scott.
Great
Let
goal.
Lord pass on to now, big.
You got Lord. The way Lord said, Grace, I want to chief strategy.
Yeah, but the thing is, no, let me just tell you something. I do not support individual. I support Liberia. When Dr. Monipa comes back, I will see what he coming back with compared to Musa Belete coming in and the rest of the people coming in. I will look at all these people, vision, their plans, and what they aspire for the country, and then I will choose a candidate. I can't sit there and say, oh, I will
But
stick
right
with
now,
Musa. Then me that
right now, Musa, one of your top choice, right?
he is.
Yeah,
He is.
top choice.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
That is true. That is
But
true.
you know, right now, I believe we should
Musa not
focus
running
on
for
the
president,
legislation.
but leave Musa with president. Musa focus on him.
No. I think if we change the legislature,
Yeah, Musa
Liberia will change.
Yes.
Very change.
Yeah, y'all
No,
be
but let me tell you,
before the newspaper then carry it tomorrow that Musa and I say you're running for president.
Yeah, look, we got 5 years to election. If the people want me to be president, I will run for president. I will beat everybody.
Thank you.
When I run for president, man, I will not have equal. You know, I can't go in anything small. When I go for president, they may talk about 24 million. The least I will put in the election will be at least 75 million.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Chairman,
If I want to run for
Musa
president,
Hassan
the least money I'll put there.
Whoa.
Somebody, yeah,
Raising that money will not cost me nothing.
your man got competition from us. 75 million versus 25.
yes. 25 by 25. Oh, I think I've laid the water in the 75 million.
I have literally supported presidential candidates almost single-handedly. So to support myself would be twice or thrice what I've supported other people with. That would be nothing. But as I say, my focus right now is to change the Cabinet building. The root of Liberia problem is that building. We need to unravel it, change it, make it transparent. This country will change.
Yes.
If that building does not change, no matter who you become president, the person will end up becoming corrupt because everything they send there, they will tell the person, if you not give all the money, we will not pass it. And president don't want to feel weak. President don't like to feel weak. So because they don't like to feel weak, then they will bribe them and pass that way. That's what's been happening. So we need to change that first.
Chairman, there you hear it from the chairman himself.
Yes.
Chairman Musa Hassan Ability. $75 million versus $20 million.
Man, tell your citizens people, if I decide to run for president, no party will come nowhere near me. Nothing.
We are putting on 200 million.
I will not even respond to that.
Because you will call on tomorrow. He said, I said,
How I know when I decide to become, the day I tell a brother people say I want to be president, that means I got $75 million US in the bank.
I know.
Other than that, I cannot run. And anything you do, you're a joker. You do that and you do it for at least 4 years before the election.
What I was saying earlier.
You understand? And then invest in what the people lack. Go take 20 or 30 million of that money, put it in agriculture, so that the people can begin to feed themselves through your program. You change the people mentality about begging politicians for money.
Yeah.
So when the politician come, when the politician come for rally, the people already eat. Their stomach full. So the thing is thought now, that different thing must bring to them now.
They got
Not
their
cover
own money in
business.
their pocket. Yeah.
Yes.
They don't have to come back you. That's
Yeah.
what you're looking for.
So
Money-
we gonna make the people independent. We will
So
make
you
them
agree with me
independent.
now that we need broke people, we need that representative.
I'm going to
Well,
broadcast.
the closing
You know what I was saying?
argument,
I was saying, money.
the closing argument be at the broadcast live. That election. Closing argument be at the broadcast live.
Broke people. I don't go for. Somebody that
But your problem is that the thing you need the president.
The chairman gotta go to bed. You know what time in Liberia? The chairman gotta go to bed. Yeah, but most of that you don't sleep.
So,
What?
So you want me to lay out that the money by accomplishment?
No.
Who know it?
Yeah,
Who know
but
it?
you're gonna to water down the work.
Grace, we know Clarence that one man. Clarence that one man.
So you know what he did for like bro.
We all work together. Clarence that one
he
man.
did for like bro.
Oh Lord, this.
But where you
Oh Lord, Jesus.
We didn't say what he accomplished in a derogatory way.
for the my coffee hydro, you forgot about the money. He was part of the negotiation team.
We get problem. Let's take a problem.
We staying in the country.
Yeah, but at least when Ellie was there, it was the reason why I ain't got that because you're president. We could came meeting nothing. He couldn't meeting the roads. He couldn't meeting the hydro. He came meeting nothing. You still kept telling the poor they should go for CDC. You're turning wrong with you.
But
So
Grace,
that's one of the stuff he did.
according to the election result, half of the people in the country voted for him. But let me tell you something for the record. That election was fraudulent. Let me tell you.
Hey,
There was,
Something very
it
important,
was a fraudulent election.
My last question.
Timothy, the next time you come in Liberia, I will run you through the whole thing.
Musa,
I
my
will
last
show you
question.
evidence.
If the election was
Fraudulent election.
Musa, my last question to you. So if the election was free and fair, give me the real projected numbers. How much CDC will I got? How much UP will I got? How much CPP will I got? How much money? But just project. Tell me, project. Tell me.
The election, if the election was free and fair,
Yeah.
it was going to be like 2005.
Okay.
Where there were three candidates, and I cannot tell you who the three candidates would actually be. Where there were three candidates, but very close.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third person would have joined one of the two to make the outcome of the election. That would have been the true representation of the Liberian people. The election, you know, I don't want to talk on the radio, on air. They're look, Chief. I mean, are you telling us that Liberian people are dumb? To just come after all the campaign and the rally to come look at one man appetite and write me and say that man I voted for?
Can you imagine?
Nobody's stupid.
I mean, it was stupid.
Well, clearly because a hole.
Man, it is.
And what because it was fraudulent.
It is the nerve. It is the nerve to think that you and myself sat on all the radio. We even hear the name. The man say even hear only.
That's fraudulent, man.
No. Abeton say he was doing grassroots campaigning.
That's a lie. Then he lied.
Abeton say he was doing grassroots campaigning door to door. He said he was doing door to door.
That is not true.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Door to door. Let me tell you something. My argument is the election was fraudulent. But you know, the fraud is start today. But we at some point in time we'll put a stop there. You know, growing up, we used to say that 9 days for rule, 1 day for
One day for master.
the master they were around.
They will.
That Appleton thing. But you
How
know,
many
let me tell you something. The very people, some people that were cheated, they were also aware that they were cheated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fraud that happened here.
But incoming Sarah Beslow and Moniba said they were coming to hire forensic people. Why did they hire them? Coming, Sarah Beslow, and Coming, and Moniba. The three of them signed communique. Said they were hiring forensic auditors for the election.
And who was leading that? It was Sarah Besson, but when she went to go hustle for position as far
Why you got no. You see that the team of you greater and level you. You see that the team of you and level you. This is why I don't let you. I will let her take money back out of the problem.
For you and like about you pay.
But how do you take money back out of that one now? How you take money back out of that? Don't be biased.
I'm not taking money back out of it.
Yeah, but why you want to blame it on Sarah?
Because she was leading that. She was the leader.
There was no leader. The three of them signed it.
She was the main person that was leading it after she was.
Okay, so when she left, then why money by it?
I see my fan base coming on now. You'll be playing with me.
Hey, they don't want buy it. Daha Musa. He's a Musashi. How do you call him Musashi?
Musashi.
Let me tell you something. The Liberian will rise up and they will go between the mountain and they will choose a tree and they will lead the two elephants that fighting one another at their expense.
Thank you.
Until that day comes, the horror, the tragedy of our democracy continues. I don't want to senator. I don't know. First of all, Ben, a senatorial position, I cannot aspire to be a senator. I want people to understand this. I can only be a representative because I want to be speaker, to be a leader of the legislature. If you become senator, no senator that comes from first time with 9 years can be leader in that building. That's a society. By the time the new people come, they will say, your man 15 or 14 years. So that one of them got to be pro-tem. Your business closed. But in the house there, we'll 73. It depends on what you put together.
Because they did a program with Yombly and Queen Bommy. It's what I say. One of you will be speaker, will be pro-tem, one of you will be vice president.
So at the end of the day, I don't have no appetite. I don't know how to be quiet. If you become a junior senator, what do you will do? I can't, people, they'll leave me with their senator business. Senator business, there's nothing inside.
You're dealing with the pro-tem and
no, I enjoy everything I'm doing as a representative. I love it. The people of District 7, Nima Kande, have given me the chance to be in government. I'm not going to just walk away from them.
And they were smart to do that. They really was smart to do that.
I will not walk away from them. I would think that district will be like country before I move on there. And when I move on there, I'm going straight to the mansion. Let me tell you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Straight to the mansion.
Next time, then, anytime I decide not to run for the position, the next position of president.
All right, Musa, you're talking too much on the show here now. Let's go.
So I see you. You think that a CDC thing will be winning that? Yeah, you buy just a CDC for life. So I ain't even talking.
You talking too much. You talking too much on the show here. I beg you. Let's go.
Yeah, I know the CDC man are calling, huh?
You calling out the president said you don't want to be saying that.
You got highlight.
Yeah, but let me
guys, it was a great show, man.
People, sometimes when people say stuff, you don't understand. It
baffles me.
Give me chance, people. It baffles me how you're still hard to comprehend when people speak. Okay, so you're listening to me as I speak. The hydro was a failure. I'm not talking about money, but I never built the hydro. He negotiated the money to build the hydro. So if the hydro fails, it's not a problem. He gave out the money to fix it. So that you got to comprehend that. He negotiated for that money. Doesn't mean that he fixed it. So he's not responsible if it's poor. All Liberians. Yeah, I need to open classes for you. Seriously.
Chris, you are not getting elected with that kind of attitude.
I'm closing.
You are not getting elected with
Honorable, I will win anything I'm going like bro. Honorable ability, I will advise
Chris, you got to work with the ANC people.
President for 2029. Don't waste your time, my brother. We don't have nobody in that place to come do what they're supposed to do.
Great, you are one for yourself. A seat on the Paris conference.
That one conference was small. The ANC people will be there. The ANC people will be there.
Yeah, the Paris conference will be a big conference. It's for me, all of you that believe in anything I do, that for us to come to establish a
I'm the national coordinator for that conference.
Exactly.
So having me to that conference or plus for you know it. So why?
Yeah, crazy great.
No, having me to that conference or plus.
It's a privilege. Grace, it's a privilege to have you. I want to assure.
Thank you.
And my coordinators are going to get in touch with you.
National coordinator.
After this meeting, they will call you.
Musa, make sure you call me before you go to bed. I didn't do it. All right.
So we'll have a 1 week conference in Paris, and we'll draw a roadmap on how to liberate Liberia.
Wow.
And how to do it strategically, where we started from. And like I said, focusing on the legislature and trying our strength, and knowing exactly when to strike. And we can block Liberia from the fortress. Yes. The money part, forget it, we get the money.
Money pie.
Nobody can. Nobody will have more money than us.
Money pie is there. Yeah. Money not issue.
Money pie is
there.
The amount of Clinton.
We have a proven track record. We ain't talking about imaginary 20 million. We have a track record.
That's the thing. And most of the campaign will be invested in the people. Every district you go to will produce rice. The people will feed themselves. We will.
Ain't see how they were causing my chairman until he released the asset. Oh,
yes, as anybody told you. Everybody show.
They used to call Musa every day. Musa released the asset. They said, Musa make a money too. No, Labrebo, we are very special kind of people. I swear to God.
Labrebo, that's small control.
When they go and get ready to call Musa will call Musa and say, Ben, why you not talking again? Because if you
I said, Ben, man, I'm tired. Every day you talk to somebody and then when you're ready to cost you, then I'm my need that.
Oh my
God.
God.
I'm happy. I feel liberated. Today I was just thinking, I said, for 3 years they put in, I was calling me criminal. Get me here now.
Nobody can call Musa criminal again.
Why they don't prosecute me now?
In fact, you know how you can know, just go read Musa post on Musa post. Just read it.
Oh yeah.
When you see that, I can be looking at the same people that used to be back there. I say, yeah.
But no, when they declare asset, they will not cost bank. After money when you declare asset.
Then when you declare your asset,
I letter, they better excuse me. That is like me. You think me? I get given a day. I get done.
The government will figure there who are still political party leader. That they don't want to come harass now.
Exactly. They violating the code of conduct.
Yeah, we just signed the code of conduct.
Oh, yeah. My man, Emato got to resign.
He stay there?
Yeah, he stay MD.
The Minister Secretary General. Yeah. Yeah. But it was a great conversation, guys. I think we should do that more often, man.
We had a nice time, you Musa.
Today I decided I will come.
Even though you don't want Guinea, no problem with suspend.
On Friday.
Yeah, I'll come Friday.
Join us, man. Join us Friday.
Musa invite you. Musa will come after because when Musa donate, then they will say they want go higher than Musa.
Donate one. I will donate quietly. I'll
announce a donation.
Yeah. But I will let everybody know because now I gotta
you gotta declare. You got
yeah. All of you on the platform will let you know.
You have to declare. We want to know.
Yeah.
You gotta declare. Yeah, Liberia.
I was nice having you, Musa, always.
Yeah, Musa, have a nice time with you, man. Good.
Okay, guys.
Take
Y'all
care,
take care
Jerry.
now.
Trust me, stay hard.
Representative Benedict, thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Oh my God, yeah, it's coming to that.
The Paris
are
across.
cool.
We gotta get a
The
sell that
Paris
file so we can
across.
start publishing them. We can put it
No,
up.
We are developing. No, Paris is a yellow paper. We are going to develop a roadmap for Liberia. How we're going to take Liberia from this vulture, from the degradation and the suffering, and we're going to do it systematically. How 300, 400,000 Liberians that are also capable of raising money can participate in that process and own that process.
Yeah.
Own that process. We'll do it.
That'll be
We'll do
great.
it.
Send the flyer and we'll start playing the months before that time.
Yes. The planning meeting is. I'm having my first meeting in Europe next week to do some planning. No, I think in October.
I didn't ask nobody. Did I? Nobody did the meeting.
You didn't receive your letter yet, my man. I beg you.
I've been looking for the bill for 1 week. 1 week. You know, I didn't eat the money. I just say you won't take the money. I said you want me to use a style. He coming.
Yeah, man. Ben, call me now.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Nice talking to you
All right,
again.
Chairman. Thank you.
It's good to have the chairman on. Guys,
Congrats on a great discussion, man. Great
Yeah, enjoy
discussion.
it.
As always.
Nice.
wonderful show. So
Friday.
good to have everybody. Guys, let me just one more make the announcement. You know, the show is the fundraiser is this Friday. Don't forget to join us for our special fundraiser. Our goal is to raise just $5,000. So with your support, we can make it happen. Let's do this together, guys. We can make
And
it
the
happen.
reason is that just to make sure that the people in Liberia are informed, because come 2029, we don't want no mistakes. So that's the reason why we need to raise the money to have people on the ground going to every press conferences on the counties. They'll be, accessible to the counties and everything, so we can make sure they have transportation and the tripod that they need, the phones, just everything to be working. And, so y'all need to help us. Let's help Liberia together. I see you guys.
Guys, great show tonight. Very good. Thank you for staying with us, man. Everybody, we'll see you.
Yeah.
2 minutes. When we come back? Friday?
Friday.
5 o'clock. Make sure the studio working at one time, though, so we can be on time.
Yeah, we had an attack today, but hopefully, thank God we have.
We had an attack, but we put it back up. We back to stay. Right? Friday
Yeah,
will be here. Music.
We bounce
people-
back.
Yeah. Music and all. People will join us and we'll be here. We're looking forward to have a great time. So everybody now,
Yeah,
it's
next
your
week.
time to get involved. Looking
Yeah.
forward to see you. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, shout out to Winifred and Makan.
Shout out to my friend Francis
Yeah, you
Wallace.
to the radio, eh?
And also, shout out to the speaker today, his birthday, right?
Oh yeah, happy birthday to the speaker. Speaker Kofa. Happy birthday.
Chairman.
Happy birthday, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, anniversary
Your
too.
wife.
Yes, anniversary. Okay.
All right, guys. 10 o'clock. Woo, look at the time. I can't go to bed. 10.
Peace.
I know.
And after 10, that's the sacrifice. When you have the platform making money, you're gonna pay me for my talking. God, I don't work for free. All right.
All right, Sister
Look at
Grace.
me.